In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand Rising. It's another beautiful day today. Yes, it is, because the sun is shining and it's going to be into the 40s today. Woo, I'm so glad it's starting to warm up a little bit, baby, because we needed that. Because that cold was tearing your auntie up, honey. That cold, oh my goodness. Look, I still like the cold better than the winter, because I'm telling you why now. I could put on enough layers to keep warm. That's what it did. But when it's hot in the summertime, baby, when it's so hot, you can't even peel. I feel like peeling the skin off me. You just laying, whoo, when you sweating so bad. That heat makes me fall out. In the cold, I can still move around a little bit, do a little something, right, to get that temperature up. But when it's hot, I move slow. I'm dragging, and it takes the body more time and more energy to move in the heat. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but yeah, some of y'all just love the heat, love the sun, and relax in it. But the sun is beautiful. I love it for the light to see, but for all that heat, I like some of the heat, not all of the heat. You know. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful day for you to get Shades of Blue by A.M. Warner. That's right. It's a good book. It answers a lot of questions and everything. Like my big brother Rodney, yesterday he kept saying, why? I said, read the book. Read the book. He said, why you always like read the book, Rodney? Everything is in the book. Read a couple of chapters, read it over again. You'll grab something the second or the third time that you read it if you didn't get in the first time, because it teaches all life lessons. There's a bunch of parables in here, a bunch of little stories. That's what makes a good fictional book a good fictional book. It's entertaining. and it teaches you at the same time. You don't even know you're learning nothing. You just think you're being entertained. Then you go back later and be like, wow, that girl done dropped a nugget. She dropped them pearls of wisdom all through this book. So if anybody that ain't got the book yet, get it, read it. You'll enjoy it. Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. But what you will also enjoy is my man Molly Mall. Molly Mall Sea Moss. Yes, this was filled with that good old lemonade. I let it chill. And that lemon was so good it made your pocket good. Tasty, tasty. Molly Mall lemonade. Get that or get the sea moss. I already took my sea moss early this morning. I was up early this morning doing what I had to do. I got my 1,000 steps in this morning, y'all. Woohoo! Y'all don't know, but it's a gradual progression and stuff. But, turn up Tuesday. I got my 1,000 in, got up, got myself together, got my Molly Mall sea moss, put it in the coffee, ting-a-ling-a-ling, drunk it down. And I got energy. I know I'm supposed to eat something else with the coffee because you're just not supposed to drink coffee alone. But I don't even feel hungry. Like sometimes when I wake up in the morning, if I don't eat like enough at night or whatever, or the food to the day, that sometimes you wake up really, really hungry. I did. I was hungry, but then after I drank my coffee and my sea moss, I'm satisfied, or I'm mellowed out versus that anxious feeling that I was before. That it just does me like that. I don't know how it's going to do you or everybody else, but it does help me stay feel longer. You got to take the teaspoon to the head. Sorry, the tablespoon to the head. The big tablespoon, like I showed y'all yesterday. You take it to the head. And it's okay. Or you can mix it in your coffee. It's okay. Long as you get the good sea moss in you, long as you get Molly Mall sea moss in you. I can't speak for everybody else's brand because I haven't tried everybody else's brand. I can only talk for the brand that did good by me. That's what I'm talking about. And I had I got up this morning, did what I'm supposed to, and I feel good right now, right at this moment. This don't mean I'm gonna feel good the rest of the day, or I felt good the beginning of the day, but right at this daggone moment, at this moment, I feel good. I ain't got no aches, no pains in my body. I feel quite content sitting in my chair talking to you all. So, I give y'all that love, right? Baby, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I got to stop watching the news because the more news I watch, the more fakeness and stuff coming up. If you don't know, you don't know, right? You could be subdued by anything that they show on television, right? Anything that you see, if you don't know. But if you down by low and you know your way around and you've been here some time, you be like, oh, we've been through this before, whatever. We're gonna get there. We can look back, lesson, history, life lessons. This stuff come back around again. This is what I want to stop focusing on. We got enough problems, right, in this world that we need to focus and concentrate on. They're worried about, okay, Trump pardoned the dude, gave the dude a second chance, and he blew it. He went out there and it was like, oh, one of the people that he pardoned got himself killed. Okay, so I can't blame Trump on that. Trump gave that man a second chance and he still was acting like a nut roll, resisting arrest, saying that he was unarrestable. Unarrestable. Is that a word? Arrestable. Unarrestable. That he, don't get arrested. That's that, what you call it? That's that entitlement. He has a false sense of security. He gave you a pardon. It means go out there and do something better. I would have took that second chance. You getting out of jail, I would have took that second chance as to wipe the slate clean and clean myself up and move differently in life, right? But no, not everybody gonna see that, and I'm not gonna be mad at Trump because of that. Because you gave him a second chance and he blew it. But I don't understand why we are even focusing here in America where everything else is going on. We got all this other stuff going on. worried about somebody who didn't take the second chance. Good morning, Trey. How you, honey?
Good morning. What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. I was just telling everybody how it's a beautiful day and the sun is shining and all that good stuff.
It is nice outside.
Yes, it is. I didn't go
Mm-hmm.
outside. I opened the door, stepped on the patio, was like, it's brisk. But I wasn't all like this, let me get back, I didn't feel the rush. And I let the
Yeah.
sun come in on my face. That felt good. That felt
Well,
good.
here after drinking your sea moss.
That exactly. That too. Drinking my Seymour's, yes. And I
Mm-hmm.
did 1,000 steps today, baby.
That's what's up.
I was like, woohoo. So
I ain't mad at that.
it's steady increase. The first goal was 100, 200, 500. Now I'm at a G. So it'll get there one day. It'll get there one day. Just
Working your way up.
one step at a time. And then
Yeah.
somebody told me, well, it's supposed to be 10,000 steps a day. And I looked at my aunt and said, bitch, that's you. It's 10,000 for you. You
Okay.
look 145 pounds.
I'm glad you said who it was because I was gonna ask them what the fuck are they doing.
And
How many fucking steps you doing? That's what I was about to ask before you
she
told
do
me.
it. She
I thought
do
it
it.
was a random person or something.
But there's 145, but she's a she's a go getter, but she's only 145 pounds. Look, my big mammoth behind. I'm starting out. I'm good. I'm good. I got chicken reach out up to 7,000. I said, okay, yeah, that's good, girl. I did 10,000 a day. Okay, that's good. That's good for you. but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm satisfied with my win. A win is a win for me.
Yeah. Go on your pace.
Exactly.
Okay.
David Green. But you know what? I think I found out when I'm doing my pedaling thing, I found out I gotta turn, I gotta move with it because it kind of hurt the hip. And I kept saying, why my knee twisted? Why my foot go out? Because my feet don't go straight. I got a kind of a bend to the one of them. Like your legs is bowing. Like we had bow leg. I said,
Yeah.
ooh, I know it. That's why I got to get this weight off my leg. It's making me bow leg.
I feel
David
you.
Green.
At least you're working on it.
I see David. Wait a minute. David, are you
Yep,
with us?
yep. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What you know,
Water, water woke this time.
You had your CMOs?
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Apple, that and all that shit. Yup. Yup.
I've been waking up. I'm like, oh shoot, the show. Here I'm looking like it's 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
after the show was
be
over
like
with.
that.
We might be talking in the back room still, but so it depends on the day, I guess.
I said, damn, it's 4 o'clock.
It's Turn Up Tuesday, y'all. Y'all ready to turn up? When Trey popped in, I was just talking about how on the news is plastered, and I don't know why. Donald Trump gave a guy a second chance. He pardoned him. Then he turns around and go get himself shot and killed.
Oh.
I'm like, that's that guy's dumbness. So I mean, Donald gave you a second chance. The President Trump gave you a second chance, and you run around and got yourself got. That's on you. You can't save them all. Okay, I
How
don't
did
even
he?
know why people tripping and why.
How
Why
did
would
he?
he
How did he get himself got? I mean, like,
Yeah.
resisting arrest again? He said that he was unarrestable out there resisting arrest.
no, I'm saying like
They
what did
shot.
he?
What happened? I mean, you ain't say
The
nothing
police
about.
shot him. He got
Oh,
shot by the police.
all right.
No,
I,
I'm not okay. I understand that. I'm saying, what did he do for the police to come get him again?
Out there acting like a nut roll. And when they went to stop him or do whatever they did to him, they was trying to arrest him. And he was like, he is unarrestable.
But
And
they ain't. He's saying that David is saying that he did something, so you ain't just acting a fool. If I'm
probably speed. I don't know why the police stopped him in general,
oh, see, we
but
gotta know that stuff. We gotta know that stuff.
when the police when the police stopped him, He was acting crazy and erratic. So when they tried to take him in, that's what got him killed. When they tried to take him in, he was fighting back.
Say something about us. I feel like we gotta know what the hell is going on because
That's sad. If he was a black kid, y'all won't.
then he got arrested or he got killed or whatever behind it. But I need more details than that.
I know, cause it sounds like it kind of sounds like I'm not racist. Watch, I just released them. Okay, go kill him.
No, the guy was white that got killed. He was one of the
white guy.
people.
If he was black, there wouldn't be no question about why the police killed him. It'd have been more marching and like why the police killed the unarmed black man and that. But since Trump pardoned him, people like, well, he got himself killed. I mean, the police, they shot him because he was acting irrational. Like, yeah, you lock me up.
No,
for what?
they blaming Trump.
I just
They
got
were
the
like,
fuck
"See?"
home. Like, why you trying to arrest me? I'm home. I'm free.
Yeah.
And they
tried
not
to
telling
blame
him why he
Trump.
been arrested. Yeah, but it's just weird how people just so mind-boggling. If he was a black kid and Trump pardoned him, it'd be something totally different. Due to the fact that he's white and they think everybody racist and everything racist. Oh, Trump, you the reason he got killed. You shouldn't have pardoned him. How? Like, what the hell? People just weird. They just weird people today. Do you lock up an immigrant that's out here raping kids? They mad at that. That's messed up. You shouldn't just be snatching people. Like, it's weird. I don't get America.
Weird.
But if he was black, I think we'd have a different outlook on all this.
Yeah.
And if Trump didn't pardon him,
100%.
yeah, it'd have been a whole different. We done seen y'all on here kirk out about black people getting killed by the police, and they did way worse than we did. They resisting arrest, they got guns and all that, and we still found it wrong. You know, so it's like, that's weird. I don't know. I don't think
they were saying that his entitlement got him shot up because he said that he is unarrestable and told the officer, you can't arrest me.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
I would say that too. What's your real problem for arresting?
I don't know. He started resisting and fighting back.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Can't just
like
the
insurrection.
Well, I mean, they say that's what we do when we get him is resist. So
all the videos I see, all them boys, the police just all of them standing in the line, one cop going down. There ain't nobody resisting nothing.
Wrestling. What streets you been at?
Yeah, because you ain't looked around on the internet.
You been biased now. Well, I ain't gonna be biased. I'm just saying, literally, black men been unarmed, killed out here. Y'all kirk out. Don't act like y'all don't. Y'all now, when a white man unarmed get killed, y'all pretend like, oh, I be like this on either side. No, y'all don't. That's beyond cap. If that man was black, y'all be out here raiding and marching and everything. That's what's wrong with America. We pick and choose when we actually want to care about our fellow people. Don't matter the color.
That man got a second chance for him.
Exactly, at life, and he got killed. How you don't find that sad? If that was your child,
he needed to do. But if he's still out, he was still out there doing the same thing.
But what
is he doing? Y'all won't say what he doing. What he do wrong?
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna go get it and look it up for you.
Announced it.
I find it.
This is all the news gave. The news didn't give going all the other particulars. This is all the news. It was on Fox 5, 4, 7, 9. All these had the same story.
Into outside of what they're gonna tell you because they're never gonna give you the whole or the real. That's passing along information that got holes in it. So if we apply information, we're supposed to know the basic.
Yeah, that's like saying, you know what I mean, man dies at a restaurant. And you're like, okay, what was it, the food? Was it, you know, it's like what
they get him? They have an agenda. Did he choke on something or what the not just he died shrine.
What's up, LA? Ain't nobody assume he was black. No, he was white. We was saying if he was black, nobody would assume he was automatically guilty.
He's one of the people that was pardoned during the insurrection.
Yeah, Joe Biden pardoned plenty of people. They ain't come home and get rearrested and killed.
Right.
Just because they was pardoned, that sound more like the other side trying to get after whoever Trump pardoned, which is messed up. Don't matter what color it is. That man was pardoned. He should have been home. If he got arrested, they should say what he's been arrested for. Police can't just walk up to you and say, I'm
His
arrest you.
man
You be like,
got
what you
shot
arresting me for?
after
Can I
being
get your ID?
pardoned by
No. What do you
President
need
Trump.
my ID for?
Yeah.
White people know their rights. That's why they be out here kirking out. You always see white people
That's not
talking
cops.
bad to the police. Black people do it too. They just be getting harassed sometimes. I just don't see how it's okay for anybody to kill somebody and we say, I think he deserved it, basically.
Y'all be crying on this bitch about other shit. Y'all don't even know half them niggas getting shot or hurt or harmed.
That's what I'm.
I'm crying on
That
this bitch.
was my point. They it's all over the news, and I'm seeing it repeated over and over again. I'm like, don't we got bigger things? I'm not saying that that's not whatever, but don't we got a lot of other uh, uh pressing things where a bunch of people was getting the shit shot, not just because he stopped, killed in a traffic stop.
I mean, but if that's the case, why don't we just bring up those videos or those topics if we know that they don't have no substance to it? Why are we talking about this instead of talking about that?
That's the point I was saying. This is called a deterrent. They bringing this in front of you to tell you to look over here because they don't want you looking over there. And I'm just telling the people, beware of these little stories, these
Today,
things.
bring it up though. That's all I'm saying. I ain't being rude enough.
The
Today
deterrents.
about this.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't pay attention to this. We need to be paying attention to other things, and they're going to gaggle or
What I'm
dangle.
trying to say, you're the medium for that. If I didn't hear about it, if I didn't get on the show this morning, I probably wouldn't have heard about it to tomorrow, next week,
They
somewhere.
keep talking about it. It's all on the news. All the news.
I mean, but you got to be somebody that's glued into the news. So since I'm not, I'm saying that's why I missed it, and I wouldn't have heard about this if it wasn't introduced here. So I'm trying to say, we're gonna bring up something. We can't say that it don't matter, and then say, well, we should have been talking about other stuff. We should automatically go for that and have the information.
I'm sure. I'm
a clip, a video you chat for it.
That was on the news.
No, I'm saying that's a video that you put in the chat for it. I seen the chat message pop up.
Oh, that's the story, and they said this is the top story, and it's trending around, and I believe the news is bringing it up and trying to put it up to try to discredit the Trump and everything, to say, look what he did. He pardoned him, and this guy go get killed. This, they trying to place blame, and that's all I'm saying is that this time it's not Trump. This time it's on that guy, and they throwing little daggers. That's what I'm saying. But why is it that when I'm trying to get a point, it gets misconstrued? Am I not saying the proper words?
Not misconstrued. It's just you said on the platform that the subject is irrelevant and we should be talking about other things. I'm just asking.
This is the show where we talk about everything.
Oh,
I'm just
I understand what Trey's saying. You're saying you're saying don't pay attention to the media. That this is this no, but you was the one that brought it up. That's what he is saying.
Well, I'm being awareness. I'm telling y'all. So when y'all hear it or see it again, y'all can say, "Oh, that's just one of them little stories." That's what I'm doing. I'm preparing our folks. It's not. I'm not making a big headline because that's why I didn't have the video. I was talking doing my monologue, just talking about what was going on in the news and everything, and telling people y'all shouldn't pay attention to that little stuff because it's coming up time and time again. Oh, yesterday it came up. It's the top story this morning. It came. I'm like, why does this keep popping up? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So I'm telling y'all, don't believe the hype or pay attention to the small details of the picture when there's a bigger picture that's going on. That's at foot. That's all. That's all I was saying with that.
You sent something, I can't find nothing on it.
Huh?
So I couldn't find nothing.
What I just said that just popped up?
Yeah. Probably you sent it this morning, so it probably take.
No, I just sent it again.
Okay, hold on.
It's Indiana man pardoned for January 6th crimes, killed in traffic stop.
Like, that's crazy.
I'll come back in and go and file
That's
because my
what the headlines
video
was
is weird.
about.
Yeah, but what was the crime that he was pardoned for?
They want
January
January
6th.
6th. A lot of them people wasn't bad people.
January
They out
6th.
there, John, they locked all them people up just for being out there. And we done Black Lives Matter.
You talking about when they raided
everywhere.
when they raided or whatever on the White House
When
or
they
whatever.
so-called say they raided the Capitol.
Oh.
Yeah, they said they locked up like
them up.
1,500 people.
And it was a cop who shot the lady who actually died. That wasn't part of them. Then the FBI, they found out they had 20 people there, informers that didn't even supposed to be there, that was causing the chaos. So it is weird that none of them went to jail or being arrested, and they finally letting go these January 6 people, and they getting pulled over and shot. I just don't understand it. I don't care what color you is. Just should nobody just be getting pulled over after being pardoned, getting shot on a routine track. That wasn't by accident. That's the other party target that man. It's like, that's what I think. I don't think it had, nobody think Trump had anything to do with it. They know Trump a partner. Why would I want to kill a guy apart? The other side, they don't like that. So it's just weird. They really out here offering people for January 6th. I'm like, God damn, this is America's evil, man. That's me. I don't see how people find it okay. I don't care if you white or whatever color. Like you routine traffic stop, you should get arrested. Ain't no way he was a harm that y'all had to shoot him for. It happened to black people all the time, so I guess black people ain't gonna have no sympathy for it. But it don't matter to me who it is.
It don't make it right by just continuing to, to turn your eye to anything. I mean, same with the broken of the bill I was talking about today.
Did you see the video? Play the video. It's a short video news clip, Marley, of what I sent.
I can't take info from the same source.
Would you send it to the Instagram group?
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't let the line go silent until the video comes up.
I'm sorry. Thank you. You.
You gotta talk to the people.
But because David was asking, and this is just, you're gonna get a whole bunch of these things. If anybody that he pardoned did anything, it's gonna be in the news. It's gonna be in the news, and that's I don't know if it's coming from the other side just to try to throw dirt or throw shade on them. I don't know. But what I'm saying that it shouldn't be, and they shouldn't be blaming President Trump for what happened, because he had nothing to do with that. He gave the boy a chance, and if they got, I don't feel, this is my personal opinion, that they should be blaming President Trump for this guy being killed. That's just my personal opinion. And I don't know how many times you're gonna get me siding with President Trump. He ain't all bad. He ain't all good.
I was actually what made you switch up the ball game, because I was like, damn, you defending him this morning.
No, I've defended him on some of the stuff he do, because I agree with a lot of his policies, and then some of his policies I don't agree with.
Y'all was dragging the shit out of that man's existence before he became president. Y'all was
this not
this show like shit. That's why I'm surprised that it was like he didn't do it. I'm like, oh, okay.
So I always took my stance. Good is good, and wrong is wrong, right is right. And if that's what you believe is wrong, and what you to believe is right. So and I'm like, wow. And you see a lot of that now. Now him firing all those people that looked into his Mar-a-Lago thing, I think that's wrong, because if you are tasked to do something under the presidency, you just doing your job. Then he was like, okay, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. He fired over 12 of those from the Department of Justice. Over a dozen people lost their job, and he simply said, because you looked into my investigation, because you tried to investigate me. I feel like those people was just doing what they was tasked out to do.
Where did you hear this?
Huh?
Where did you hear this from?
It's on the news. It's on the news, and they showed the letter. The people that lost their life. I mean, that's the real thing. You know, that DOJ thing. He got fired. A lot of them folks. That ain't fake news. That happened to be true, and at least he's honest. And it says because you investigated, you was one of the investigators in the President Trump. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna get all of y'all back." He said that this is a witch hunt, and I'm gonna make y'all pay for it. And he did. He ain't lie. He did. But I don't think he should blame the workers. You know, it's like don't hate the player. What is it? Don't kill the messenger.
Right.
You know, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Hit the game, right.
Yeah. Because if that's your job, if you was told, Trey, deliver this package to such and such, and you deliver, you did your job. But then the person that got the package was mad and said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." Who delivered this? You didn't have nothing to do with that. You were just doing what you was told to do.
Yeah, but I mean, some people sometimes just take L's in life. Not that I ain't saying nothing about that is right. I haven't looked into that specifically for no information. I haven't read about it or nothing, so I ain't gonna speak on that part. But sometimes you take L's in life. Just like the man got killed, and you know he got pardoned and got killed or whatever. Just like that man, I guess you got L's in life.
No, that's a different L, because that guy was still out there doing wild and out. These people was just going to work doing their job.
But you ain't tell me why he was wilding out or nothing.
They did. I got the story. Marley, you pull it up.
Oh, the video say it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The video, you got the full story there. And I sent it in the other group. Y'all check it out. You know, and I look at it as that you got a second chance and you blew it. Next. Let's keep it moving. And that's how life is. And those are from things that you can't help versus things that you actually can help. So
yeah, you was making it sound like it was like
hey everybody,
a pardon,
a
pardon serial killer or something.
Yeah, type shit, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's a list, okay? Brenda Johnson.
What's on the agenda for today? I missed it when I came in. I got to hearing some applause for what? For who?
Oh, she was applauding President Trump.
Yeah, resident. You mean resident Trump? He's just a resident.
Whatever he is. I know he's number 47, so whatever it is. Whoever he is. Whatever you call him. That's
resident.
Hey, Molly, did you get that video essential?
And what did he do?
Go ahead, Reese. You rolled the shit out.
What did he do now?
I was saying that I was saying that I don't think you could blame President Trump on this, that he didn't do nothing. And Trey was telling me that
on what? Blame him for what?
That boy got killed. That boy that got the police officer shot that boy.
What boy?
He was one of January 6th. He got pardoned. He got out and he got shot. And they trying to say, there's gonna be a whole bunch of stories like that. They're gonna blame Trump, try to blame.
Well, that was his ordeal. He said, "Come up, it'll be wild, fight like hell." That was his fault. If I called you to a fight and somebody gets hurt, the first thing I'll say is by association. If Trump was black and he doing the shit that he did, he'd be under the jail already.
Lee, I don't think you know the full story. That's not the story we talking about. We talking about part of January 6th. One of the guys that was pardoned.
Okay.
Got killed in a traffic stop.
Yes. Okay. What did he do?
He was
we're trying to find out.
Got in the altercation with the police officer. He said that he was unarrestable and got into an altercation with the cop, and the cop firearm went off.
That sounds like a black excuse. Was he black?
Nope, no, he was not.
No, he's some. It sounds like something that happened.
It don't matter what color he was.
No, but it does.
Amen. You can't blame Trump for that boy.
Yes,
That
I
boy-
can. Yes, hell, when we get arrested, what do he say? Don't hold their head. Push them in there. It don't matter. They got immunity, remember?
No. Is the video? Molly got the video.
We're learning somebody involved in the January 6th riot on the Capitol, pardoned by President Trump, has been shot and killed during a traffic stop in Indiana. State police are looking into what happened. They say a deputy tried to arrest Matthew Huddle when, as they put it, an altercation happened between the officer and Huddle, which resulted in the officer shooting his gun. Ryan Riley is following this story for us. What else do we know?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the first major news stories to emerge from one of these January 6th defendants who was pardoned. I mean, this is something that a lot of my sources have been expecting for a while. Wasn't sure necessarily when it was going to first fall, but this is probably the trickle of stories we're going to get on January 6th going forward. It'll be about people who committed other crimes outside of this. Because remember, while there were certainly a lot of people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th and didn't have a long criminal record and might even have no criminal record at all, and were citizens otherwise, upstanding citizens otherwise, according to their neighbors, there was this whole contingent of these January 6 rioters who had some really awful criminal histories behind them. Domestic abuse, really ugly assaults on their partners and wives, child molestation cases, these DUI cases. There's a lot of drug problems, a lot of alcohol problems, and now I think some of these January 6 prosecutors are wondering, what's going to be the next story to drop, what's going to come out of this next, and what these offenders are going to do going forward now that they've been pardoned by Donald Trump. Hallie.
Ryan Riley, thank you very much for staying on top of that. Appreciate it.
He didn't say nothing about that.
Well, she's not the easiest person to please, right, Mama?
She needs things to be just right.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, we do love her. That's my mug, isn't it?
But she needs a place of her own. In fact,
Say shit.
Thankfully, she's on
I don't
Red.
know why else found
Redfin
birds.
updates their listings every 2
They
minutes.
talked about some other
that means
shit.
every 2 minutes, there's a chance we'll be back to having our porridge in peace.
Oh, wow. This one's just right. Is she leaving?
Can we watch a commercial?
It is
That's funny. That's funny.
Has become the proud voice of hardworking American citizens of every.
That video didn't say nothing.
Why
That I didn't hear shit.
No, I don't know. I don't understand it because morally speaking, and wait a minute, did you just cut the video where he said the Proud Boys is working hard? Oh man, no.
Black people put more racism than white people, man. Y'all be the one that keep the racism going. Why y'all scared of these people, man? They can't hurt us, man. Trump ain't no boogeyman. He was in office 4 years. Ain't nothing happened that y'all said was going to happen yet. I'm still waiting for us to be changed. Remember when Trump, before he got in office,
videos.
No. You are not gonna brainwash me to that bullshit. No.
Hey, Molly, did you get that video that I sent you on Messenger?
Let me check.
The trade that you was asking it. What was you asking? You said the video.
I said why the video didn't say shit.
Why the video didn't say? Well, it said that the who the guy was and
it said his name.
And why he got into the altercation.
It
didn't say why he got into it.
It didn't say nothing. That's my problem with the news and people that like swear by it or pass information from it. I think they'd be so focused on a certain subject that they think whatever it said and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's that. He absolutely didn't.
Why did the police stop him? Period.
They just said his name.
But
and he said a couple little other things.
Giving it too much energy. All I was saying that these are a bunch of these little stories that's going to come out that you got to look out for, and not to give it too much energy.
Why is everybody giving some energy to talk about? They had a whole thing on it
because that's a deflecting story. That
They didn't.
story is to get everybody to look over there while they doing other stuff.
You bringing up this. That's like if you offer me some weed, I'm talking about a lighter. I'm talking about
This is a talk show. This is what we do. We talk about.
But that's okay. But it's sharing real information, I'm assuming, because that video didn't say anything about it. So
That was real information. Somebody
it's open question on what the hell happened. That answered absolutely nothing. You think that video answered something? We got more work to do because it didn't share anything about anything. It didn't share anything.
That was the news.
What it did, what?
Y'all not burn me at stake for sharing the news clip.
No, what it did share was.
This is a top news story.
Hey, hold on. What it did share. It did share something. Hold on, guys. Hold on, for real. It did share something. It shared to let us know that regardless to what he did, he was pardoned and he's allowed to do what he wanted to do. And most of those people that were released had other criminal charges and had warrants in different other states that wasn't even looked at because it wasn't that particular charge. It did tell us something if you look into what I read, what I took out of it. Okay, now him releasing them and him getting shot, if they would have converted like they would do us, oh, I see you have a warrant in this state. I see you. I like it. If I see you have a warrant in this state, I might as well commute you back to that state. I'm not just gonna pardon. That means they're pardoned from everything that they've done already. Anything violent, domestic, whatever, they have been pardoned from anything that they've done.
I'll send the link to you, Kenny.
But that right there, that didn't tell a bunch of nothing, other than that he got arrested, he got killed.
Thank you, because I was just.
And it don't tell why he got stopped. It don't say if the police did it out of malice because he recognized them. It didn't say why.
But what I'm saying, they trying to point at Trump as the reason why this.
Who cares? They point at us all the time. Who defends us?
He is not the reason.
Yes, he is.
I'm saying.
Yes, he. What? The what?
He isn't the reason that boy got killed.
Who said that Trump was the reason? I didn't hear that in the
news. That's why I said there's going to be a lot of stories.
But I missed that. I missed that part of that video.
I hear them say that it was like his. I didn't even hear them say that people thought it was.
No, I didn't hear that either. Listen, I never heard no one say that this was Trump's fault.
The Trump pardon. Y'all gotta go. Don't take.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna waste no time on it.
The shit that you.
I don't even.
Look at some other stories. Y'all look at the fucking news yourself. Let me know about this damn news. Molly, play the next video. I'm gonna start getting irritated.
Why are you getting irritated? Because you're not on point.
I'm getting irritated because I'm telling you these are the top news stories. That every channel got a different news story.
But you're sharing something you didn't know about.
I'm sharing what is out there. And y'all question like, why this, why that?
You didn't know about it all. You didn't know about it.
I'm sharing what was out there. I'm sharing what I saw. That's what I'm sharing.
You're just sharing the programming.
It's right. I'm telling y'all, don't believe the hype. Don't get caught up. And y'all making it seem like I'm trying to do a book report on this stuff. I'm not. All I'm telling y'all is beware. That's all I'm saying. I can't even tell my people, look, they're going to have propaganda out there like that. Beware. I can't say that.
Beware of what?
Beware of what?
Beware of the propaganda of them put detour signs. This is deflecting.
That ain't no deflecting.
To keep you hopping and talking on the small stuff, but there's bigger stuff
but
that we need to concentrate on.
I'm all for the passing along of information, but we have to know the basics of information, or else we're helping the narrative in the agenda of the news with passing information with holes in.
Molly, play the next video. I'm over this narrative of the news.
That's the easy.
I'm over it.
We might as well get a bit
over it.
Wow.
I'm not giving this story too much. I gave it too much energy.
Yeah.
I understand.
The story was.
Well, that's usually the distraction. So let's do that.
And it was a distraction. I was just talking about it. Didn't even have the story. Just talking about it because it was the top story of all of the news channels. That's it. That's all. And the only thing I'm saying that ain't that man's fault that boy got killed.
I wouldn't care.
My grandmother taught us the same thing. Watch what people do, not what they say. Donald Trump is not a racist.
One thing my grandma told me, and your grandma probably told you this too, and you're going to remember this when I say this. They say you hear what people say, but you watch what they do.
Yeah.
All right? We've been hearing what the Democrats say for so long. It sound good and it feel good. But we watching what they do, and they ain't doing shit. We hear what Trump say. It sound crazy. But when I watch what Trump do, and I go back and I look at real facts about how this man went to court every single day with Michael Jackson, how him and Don King was super, super cool, how this man was on the Wu-Tang Clan album, how when Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered, he put them up in Trump Tower for 6 months, protected them, didn't charge them a dime, how he sent his private jet to go get Nelson Mandela out of prison, how he gave Rainbow Push and Jesse Jackson $1 million to get started, to get activated in the Black community, how he gave me and Kwame Kilpatrick pardons to restart. Like when I hear what people saying, I watch what they do. I hear people saying they mad about Trump about the Central Park 5, and I get that. But then I know Trump passed the First Step Act, which done freed close to 20,000 people to this day, including Big Meech getting out on some of that sentencing reduction. That ain't got nothing to do with Kamala though. That's Trump in the First Step Act.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Her grandmother and my grandmother taught us the same thing. Wow.
And that truth kick in, leave and run. That it hurts. Facts hurts. And it's all researchable. So it's just like people always say, hey, it go truth. I like to hear from people who
Lee
tell
get her
the
ass off the.
Of course. If it wasn't nothing negative towards Trump, she ain't trying to hear that shit. She people don't vote for what's right. They vote for who they like. And that's what we need to get from. And that's what we stuck at. That's why that first article made so much sense to most people, because they know people don't like Trump. That's why the news sharing it, and then they gonna push that on Trump. See, he already getting people killed. He getting his own people. They trying to push a narrative for you that don't like him. The same shit they do with everybody that we used to love. Malcolm X, they bash him on the media. Everybody you think of that we used to like, Michael Jackson, Kobe, everybody, they get bashed on the media. And it be lies, you know. That's why I don't get into it. That's why I say what she said. Fuck what they say, what they do. And we're so far, I hear what they saying Trump going to, but so far I've been saying them do different. I hear what Joe Biden them say they was going to do, but so far seeing what they did was different. Over and over and over again, we get lied to. So it's like they never want us to know the truth. When people doing good for us, they want us to think they the bad people. When people doing bad by us, they want us to think they the good people. It's for us to see it. And so far I see that ain't the case for most people. Most adults, the kids even see what's true. It's just like a lot of adults don't, because they got a lot of hatred in their heart. We got to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was Funny Man video.
A good ass video, Funny Man. I got one that's similar. That's even got pictures of him with all these people that he's talking about. Not even talking about artists. I'm talking about like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and a lot of these people. Everybody has so much to talk. That's why I had a hard time understanding the racist part. You know, before I was old enough to be caring about presidents and what they did and all of that, I didn't know too much of Trump. I always seen him on all the like black TV shows and all that I grew up watching and all that type of stuff, and movies and stuff like that. But I just never heard about him being anything. I never heard about him being anything until he wanted to become president. It's the only time in my life I started to hear stuff about him. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
so picking those sides, I can only go off what I see. And I don't know. I don't hear anybody pull up any videos about anything of the past that he might have done, and yeah, I don't know what this
Pastor.
up, Kenny.
There you go, Lee.
Lee back.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey. No, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm not gonna play devil's advocate. I'm not gonna play devil's advocate, but I'm gonna just drop this information. Are y'all really aware of why the J6ers have to be released?
No, but tell us. I would like.
So there was a interview with Eleanor Holmes that was talking about the conditions of the jail cases being put on hold because a lot of people are supposed to be serving time. People supposed to be, you know, fulfilling their actual sentences, and unfortunately, a lot of these J6ers, there have been some that were falsely accused of things, falsely accused. Some people got locked up just for the sake of being out there, not necessarily actually doing anything, but you know, and I'm not saying this because I am a Trump supporter or anything like that. I'm the person. My concept is right is right and wrong is wrong, and y'all know how my whole concept is that we always battling over the savior, right? Whether they put a black savior in there or a white savior in there. And y'all know what I always say anyway, it's about us. We are our own government and we have to be the ones that take care of us. We and us. And I just wanted to share that because I don't know if a lot of people would try to call me while I'm on the show.
I think him trying. Okay.
That's TD Jake saying.
You know, I'm just sharing that because I don't think a lot of us are really being open-minded. You get what I'm saying? We just kind of fall in for the hype of stuff. Now you probably say, Kenneth, you're supposed to be pro-black and this, that. I still am pro-black, but I'm also what's pro-right too as well. And I'm also a guy that know how to come up with reasoning, reasoning here, and not just being moved off of emotional impulse. Because y'all do realize that media is main distraction in America. That's literally what it is. And unfortunately, we're gonna be distracted by a lot of stuff. And like Molly said, there's a lot of stuff that Trump is doing that will be beneficial for the black community. But however, you put the but, that's the conjunction, right? We get sidetracked by a lot of stuff. And we need to kind of inhale, exhale, and just take our time with stuff like this because it's a distraction from the bigger picture, of other things that's going on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tired of hearing about Trump. We got stuff that's going on right in our own freaking backyards. It's three branches of government. I think we need to go back to Liberty Kids and actually learn and educate ourselves what the three branches of the government are. I believe it was I want to say was it Kodak Black that came out with the song, the rapper. We really need to do our due diligence. Yeah, no, he came out. There's a video that he actually explains what the three government branches are, who regulates them. I mean, he breaks it down from the mayors to the senators to the legislators to the judges.
Yeah, I know his name, but he ain't Kodak Black though. He do all them like.
But do y'all know the three branches of government?
Legislative, executive, and somebody else.
Judicial,
yeah.
So but we just gotta. I'm just saying because I'm seeing stuff that we should be paying attention to. We ain't paying attention to.
I do.
And this not even just. I would just say even just look at what's happening within the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and it's stuff that's popping off like I don't know what. But we still steady on Trump. How many of y'all know we got a special election in Prince George's County?
I don't live there, so I don't know.
We do. I do. The people that's in PG County. And that's basically what I was saying. It's going to be a little stuff popping, but you can't let them distract you from the bigger picture. I'm more concerned about that little 14-year-old boy that got shot yesterday. I mean, that's the stuff that's concerned in my backyard. That 14-year-old boy losing his life by his own other kids. So the 14-year-old going to jail, the 16-year-old got charged with the gun, and the 14-year-old lost his life. My heart goes out to that more so than it does the guy that got stopped in the traffic jam and got killed. But it's
Why did you say that?
a 14-year-old boy story ain't out there like that. That's
Oh,
what
it is. Because it's in the
That was
Southeast where I grew up at, when you most times don't know a murder even happened. I used to grow up, I woke up a lot of times and say, why the news ain't showing what just happened last night?
exactly.
My mother said they do that a lot of times, you know, and that ain't nothing new for us, but it's sad. It's sad. It should be talked about more.
And we just had a case. I'm gonna drop the news on here because the news ain't covering it. But we just had a case where somebody got put out of the shelter in DC and died due to the hypothermia weather. And this was a gentleman.
And what did he do?
We
What did
ain't
he do
talking
to
about that
get?
kind of stuff.
What did he do to get kicked out? Because it's hard to get kicked out of a shelter.
Oh
Either he had to.
no. We ain't going there. I've been said I came on here, what was that, a week or two ago, and I talked about what they were doing with our women at 6 a.m. in the morning. We have a whole council, the district. There's been several meetings that have been had with the district. Why they have not been following the Code Blue emergence.
No, but I've known people to get kicked out of the shelters. I've heard of people get kicked out of the shelters.
You've known that, but in this particular case, we have had women and men, both the women's shelter, the Harriet Tubman, DC Harriet Tubman shelter, and then also the shelter by the old DC General hospital, because we have a contracted staff member via Catholic Charities, and then also the DC government is the one that regulates these buildings. So myself, along with other individuals, part of my organization, and some that have not been part of my organization, have actually been on the phone with the mayors. We said, I noticed I said mayors, right, across the states. Maryland got the same thing, same issue going on. Prince George's County, we don't even have a Code Blue. So if somebody is homeless in PG County, they can't even go nowhere. There's no number that they can call to say, hey, I'm homeless. Hey, it's cold out here. Hey, where can I go to, get accommodated for, it's cold out here. And if y'all been paying attention, we're not talking about 25-degree weather. We talking about 8-9 degree weather. And we talking about the Mecca that we like to call gorgeous Prince George's. And I'm saying all this stuff because this stuff is real. You know what I mean? We got it. We got ordinary brothers and sisters like me, you. If we gonna really have a real conversation, let's have a that's right, Josh, you're right. Yellow Pain was the rapper. I knew it was somebody. I kept saying Kodak Black. I don't know why I kept saying Kodak Black, but I knew it was I knew it was somebody, that it was a rapper that did an actual video, like he was educating the people, the kids, talking about what the government, who runs it, how it's regulated, and things of such, and I just had to share that with you all, because it's like there are like meetings, like court cases have been held up. People hadn't been able to fulfill their sentences because literally the DC jail is actually crowded. People can't get in there to be able to actually serve their time. So in essence, and then not only that, I gotta find a link. There was also because there was issues with some of the cases, like mandated maximums that had to be done, where they were having issues with transporting them down to Baltimore. So you already know there's a climate you know, the whole little beef, you know, going on, you know, when they closed Central Booking, and Central Booking, you know, the city, Baltimore City, already dealing with trying to accommodate their folks already. So then now you got people being transported from DC to be transported down to Baltimore. So, you know, I'm just sharing all this because there's a bigger picture. I'm so tired of hearing about Trump. It's like we got stuff right in our own backyard, our front door, and we just keep eating everything they give us. They give us the main distraction in America, media, and we fall for it. We gulp it up. We gulp it up like a dog. And it's like, yo, when we gonna start just doing what we already know how to do and make something happen? Like pull up, put some boots on, get out there and make something happen. Hey, Beast One, how are you, sir? Appreciate you, man.
I'm good, brother. Good. How you doing, KJ? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Beast? Hey,
What's up? Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't hear you.
Hey, Kenny, I understand what you were saying about, you know, I mean, when you're talking about like the homeless situation, whatever, no, but also understand what Lee is saying, because like, you know what I mean?
We ain't talking about what Lee's saying. I'm talking about what I know. And see, let me tell you something about me. It's not about it's not about something I read. It ain't about something I read or heard. It's about me being on the freaking ground. I'm on the freaking ground. Okay. I'm on the freaking ground. I have people that stay in these shelters that call me and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's happening.
Mr. Clark,
I know
Mr. Clark,
that's in,
I was in a shelter and I've seen people thrown out of a shelter in inclement weather. What did they do to get thrown out?
Yeah, if you have a whole bunch of people and all that you're taking care of, and you got somebody who's violent or this and all, you know what I mean? There's certain rules, you know what I mean? There's curfews, there's this. If you have somebody that don't want to abide by them rules, you know what I mean? They give a couple of warnings and they kick you out.
Dave, I'm gonna show you grace. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you grace.
What did that person do or whatever like that? No, you know what I mean?
It's not one person, y'all. Y'all don't listen. Y'all didn't listen to not name one thing that I said.
I listened at the beginning. You said the guy got kicked out of the shelter, and I asked why. That's all I asked was why.
Yeah, that's
critical thinking. Remember what I said? That's not what I said.
You're talking. Okay. Yeah, I understand. But at the same time, I understand. I do. I really understand.
Like if he got kicked out because overpopulation, this and all, you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, but if he actually did something to get kicked out, then you know what I mean, him dying in the weather, that's his fault. That's
so them putting out 175 women in the morning at 6 a.m. at Harriet Tubman shelter, meaning that all 175 women just did something for the sake of doing it. No, that's not what happened.
That's not what
the men's shelter. That's not what happened. If y'all gonna listen, y'all listen to hear what you want to hear instead of listening to what was actually said. There's a difference.
That's not.
But that's not what you said.
This streamline of conversation was not about the 175 women. So if you are mentioning what the previous conversation was that we had with you on the live stream, I'm pretty sure everybody has had enough go on throughout the weeks and days to forget everything that we talked about for the most part, unless you bring up something specific. So I would rather you give them the answers.
I did, but nobody listening. So if y'all want to go ahead and indulge in Trump, go ahead. Not you, Trey. I ain't talking about.
Ain't nobody indulging in Trump. I don't even like to do that.
I still didn't get the answer that they're looking for.
Okay, I'm a breathe in.
That specific guy, not anyone else,
and breathe out.
Just that one guy that we brought up, not the other women. That's unfortunate for them too, but just the guy that they mentioned, because I'm listening and I didn't hear it. So
yeah,
what I said was, and I'm going to repeat it again. What I said was, I was in a meeting along with my organization, and other colleagues outside of my organization. I said, did y'all even know? Not just the women's shelter, but the men's shelter. I said they are not applying the code blue. Do y'all know what code blue is? Code blue is when the news or any type of community, jurisdiction, ward, city, when the temperatures are below freezing. This is what I was saying, y'all. I was saying that the government, our council people, our mayors.
You ain't gotta talk like we retarded and slow and shit.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying because
I put myself in the place of everybody else because we all on the same panel. I'm not above nobody else or nothing. I'm listening to the same thing they're hearing, and you ain't gotta talk to us.
Lord, see this why I said people, Lord. Anyway, y'all, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say no more because I just feel like it's an energy. This a different type of energy, y'all. This a different type of energy this morning. I don't know what it is.
What you were saying, you said that they didn't implement the code blue. This is what. Tell me if I'm wrong. I heard you say this is what I heard you say that they were supposed to implement the code blue. I mean, nobody's supposed to get put out in the snow, and then when they let the people out, they send them out at a certain time anyway, and they wasn't supposed to because it should have been a code blue that a man that they sent out froze to death.
Thank you. That's what I said.
I said that I didn't understand that. I think everybody was asking what happened with that. Now, if it's just happening in general, they just pushing people out for no reason. I'm not gonna put you out if I'm not trying to get somebody else in or something like that.
Well, they put, but the DC Harriet Tubman shelter, they were putting women out, and I made that very clear on the last show too as well. I said that they were putting them out in the cold weather because the city, and I even indicated, I said that PG County, Prince George's County, they don't even have anywhere for people to even go. So one that is involved with that's homeless or even just in the cold temperatures, that there's nothing that the county nor the government is doing to initiate, to put in to say, hey, y'all, it's 10-degree weather. We need to make sure we open up our rec centers or open up a warming center to be able to accommodate these cold temperatures, because these cold temperatures are not conducive. They're not bearable. They're not, meant, for, individuals to be able to, to be able to be accommodated. And I was bringing this up because I was saying that we're kind of being distracted by the mainstream media, which I said main distraction in America when it comes to relation to Trump. And I said, because it seemed like we just focus so much on Trump, that we're not paying attention to the things that are going on in our front yard and our backyard. When I say our front yard and our backyard, I mean what's happening within our communities. What's really going on? Are we checking on our senior citizens? Are we, what really is happening when we driving or just going about our regular day-to-day lives? There are things that's happening that's far more important. And I was bringing up the gentleman that got put. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just because I found out about that one, and for the sake of, just like we was on the meeting, when we was on the meeting, if this happened at this one particular place, then 9 times out of 10 it's happening at large across the whole district. Because for
resources, what is the reasoning for putting these people out? Like, I understand they're not following the code. All right, okay. All right.
No,
No, they just open the doors. The shelter isn't for 24 hours. Shelters for whatever hours, and then everybody gotta open the door. Okay, you gotta go to work, go to school. You gotta get out of here. They kick you out of shelters. That's the random practice. Every day. at a certain time. But because the code blue was not implemented, they shouldn't have been kicking nobody out, because the code blue would be in effect where they could shelter in place for protection. That's what, and they didn't have the code blue in enforcement. So at 8 o'clock, if everybody got to leave at 8 o'clock, everybody left at 8 o'clock, no matter how cold it was outside, because they didn't have that protection in place. So they let you out of shelters. So,
It's Turn Up Tuesday.
so that's the
You
politics.
destructive,
That's our
ain't
government.
you? You like tearing up shit, don't you?
You know,
Now,
a
why
lot,
do you
a
do
lot of
my
us
head
don't know
like that?
the politics.
Put my head back like it was before I bust your ass for real now. That ain't how it was. There you go. Shit. You got me fucked up. See, they let your ass slide. That's what they do. You destructive, ain't you? You like tearing up shit, don't you? Now, why are you doing my head like that? Put my head back like it was before I bust your ass for real now. That ain't how it was. There you go.
That's
Shit.
somebody uncle. That's the
You
real
got me
uncle.
fucked up. See, they let your ass slide. That's what they do. You
See, older folks used to say that you like tearing up shit. You destructive. They used to get on us and check ties us and say, "Hey, look at that little boy. Put it right back. He didn't give no." Nowadays, them kids be talking back and everything.
Yep.
Kids would have been saying, "Shut your old ass up, Unc."
Who kids? Shit. What generation you talking about? Not none of these ones on here on this panel.
I said the kids. I said
Oh,
nowadays.
yeah, maybe now. Hell yeah.
I said,
maybe,
but back in the day, Unc didn't play that. And look, he had his shorts on and his t-shirt. So he said, "You got me fucked up."
And a glass of cognac.
So
I'll sit there and tell your business. Boy, I could have been your daddy if you.
Don't let the lingo die. It's one of them times I told you can't get silent on the live.
Go ahead, Kenny. Finish what you were saying. Kenny done. Kenny, was you finished?
Oh, he's on mute. Kenny's on mute.
Nah, I'm finished. I'm just saying, like, don't get so sidetracked in with, the media. Let's really start being concerned about humanity. That's the one thing that I was listening, that I gathered in from what Molly was saying. It's not about necessarily about color thing. It's just about, the human thing, and I think me and Beast One was talking about this the other day. It's just that, as a whole, like we what we doing for each other, just for our brothers and sisters, we're doing it for at large as far as humanity is concerned. You know what I mean? And it really shouldn't matter. That's why I say we all we got, we all we need, because I think sometimes we get so conditioned to, because a person has a certain political party or social economic status, or they believe one might be Muslim, or or whatever it is, what hood. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Josh. Yeah. He got kicked out out the the shelter. He was put out because the women's, they have to be out by 7, and then the men, it's like 6:45. They got to be out by 6:45, and it just so happened that they told them they had to go. They had to leave the shelter around 6 a.m. And so at the time of him leaving the shelter, again, because y'all inside these shelters, you don't always have a drawer You don't have. Sometimes you can barely have anything to be able to put a backpack. You're lucky if you can carry a backpack. So he didn't have no, um, clothing. And sometimes you can have clothing, but if you just been exposed out there to that temperature, because like I had two coats on myself, and the temperature was just like, yo, it was just a little bit much for me. So everybody's bodies is different. So being exposed to extreme cold temperatures like that, where you may not necessarily be accustomed to. Nobody's accustomed to 10 degree cold weather. That
So
I,
shelters
I
don't
know I ain't.
shelters don't help with employment, or how does shelters do shelters even try to get you back on your feet, or are they just a place to sleep, or what? Because it just sounds like a place to sleep right now. Is
So
that
most
shelter?
Programs.
most shelters are just that. Now you have something that's called transitional centers. Transitional centers are a little set up a little bit more structurally. You may even have an actual fee, transitional fee that you might have to pay. And typically, well, I'll say like this: what is supposed to happen with transitional um entities is there's supposed to be a caseworker, maybe a clinical social worker on site, and somebody for you to meet with. Like maybe they might have an employment agency. So typically, that's what most transitional centers are a little bit more structured and set up at that level. But shelters as a whole, it just you barely you it's almost like you better be you're grateful if you got a cot, because you may just have like a little socket
So
to me.
doesn't that mean it needs to? Doesn't that mean that? I mean, depending on how far you want to take it up, legislature or going down, doesn't it need to be changed with the whole meaning of? Can you take your fucking dog inside? Damn. I've never had no dog outside until I'm outside. Like, but any fucking way. So sitting legislature or something be changed to change what a homeless shelter is, because I'm thinking that and this is my lack of knowledge. So when I was asking the questions I was asking, I'm thinking that these people uh that have to be in the shelter, number one, you might have some type of small programs or small employment, even if you at McDonald's, Burger King, whatever's local and reachable. I'm thinking that if they're sending you out, they're sending you out knowing that you have a job, that you got a job lined up. So if you're on your way to a site, nobody that you have to travel, but I know if I have to get my ass up and travel, I'm thinking that if they are actually pushing people in positions that hold certain positions and have jobs and all of that and get on their feet, that they're sending you somewhere. So when you go to work, you're in a building for that time. You might have to suffer while you catching the bus back or whatever, but I'm thinking that you actually working. So I didn't know people just be in the homeless shelter, and in the homeless shelter is not doing anything. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because now I saw where Lee was talking about stuff being mandated, but here's the other side too. You can have an establishment that's set up just like it's mandated for every municipality and every jurisdiction to follow the cold blue when it comes to extreme temperatures. But that doesn't mean that because it's mandated that that's what's happening. And clearly, we know when it relates to the Harriet Tubman shelter, this is not the first year that this has happened. I believe Molly even showed on the last show where they were going through some of the same exact same things. Even over the past summer, we had women over there that were passing out because over the summer, because their temperatures were so high that they didn't even have the proper air conditioning inside the shelter. So you had
So
that issue.
do you
So
know? Do you know? Do you know of a way you can put together some type of something where there's heating and cooling stations? If this is a reoccurring problem, like if this is something that we know is gonna continue, is there a way to put some heating stations in place? Like how you have them enclosed tents that have all types of Is there a way to do that with supplies, hand warmers, things like that? Is there a way to do heating and cooling stations?
Well, what I've been doing is just right now to some of the local businesses, the same thing that I did when I reached out to Ben's Chili Bowl. Hey, can it be a rotation where you accommodate? I know, like in Baltimore City, we had it was the Hippodrome, the Hippodrome Center. When they knew that the temperatures was cold, they said, "Man, bring the kids, bring anybody can come in here, you know, and y'all can have fun. Y'all don't have to come in here as if that y'all are like staying in a shelter." So I think building the relationship up with small businesses and just reaching out to other entities, because right now with what's going on, it's some transitioning that's happening with government, and some of these organizations are being affected, unfortunately, by it. So I know Gary Clark, he's doing a call it the Hot Blanket up on Farragut North, McPherson Square, where he's bringing like hot chocolate and blankets for people that are cold. you know um so I mean, other than doing that groundwork, like I said, reaching out to small businesses and reaching out to other people and other entities like that, I think that's the best way of going about it, to being able to try to accommodate individuals, because even though it's what 38, and from what I'm seeing on my phone, it says 38. It's still cold. Um, so I mean, I think that's something that that can be done on that end. Um,
And
because
it's
a lot of businesses, some of the businesses, they've taken up their chairs and stuff up out, up out of their businesses establishments, because they don't want people coming in there. Um, you know, Places like Starbucks. Starbucks used to have the tables, and not anymore. They didn't pull them tables and chairs and stuff up out of there, and it's just become an express in. So, I mean, doing dialogues like this to help continue to bring the awareness of what's happening, I think is effective, because sometimes we just kind of be like, well, I got a roof over my head, I'm good, you know, hey,
About reparations.
yeah,
I seen a comment about reparations. Somebody said something about reparations.
and Kenneth, can I say something real quick?
Of course. Go ahead, Beats.
So I've done, I want to get everybody just to understand. Like, I've done some work in some men's shelters, and I've done some things trying to help people in the men's shelter. But the thing that is really, also alarming, that we don't realize that a lot of these men's shelters and stuff like that are not considerably safe. So just because you're in the shelter and you have a place to stay for the night doesn't mean you sleep, because you're worried about your stuff being stolen. You're worried about, there's even cases of sexual assault and things like that in these shelters, because they're not police, but most of these guys, people that are working there, are volunteers. And it's a sad thing, but you got this weather, and then you get put out. You didn't sleep well. You didn't have good night's sleep for this, that, and the other, because you're worried about your stuff being stolen. You're worried about other issues that you had. And then you put out 6 a.m., you go somewhere, and you go to sleep, and it's cold. And a lot of people get hypothermia and die because of those reasons. So just because you're in a shelter doesn't mean you got a good night's sleep. Doesn't mean you got a good meal to eat. Doesn't mean you got all these things. So we still have to be very aware that when people tell stories of a person being kicked out, it ain't always what they did. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always, it ain't always that person's fault or whatever. And when they said kicked out, I kind of heard the same thing too. But then I realized that when he's saying kicked out, that everybody has to leave. They're still being kicked out, and he's right. And it's cold blue. They should, if it's 32 degrees, we gotta find a better. Under 32 degrees, we gotta find a way to keep on protecting people and doing better, and just do better as a whole. So I mean, even what Kenneth is bringing up today is still not a full. It's a start to a solution, because there's a lot of problems in this area that we have to focus in and work on as well. So it's not as simple as it's not to say it's not a great idea, Trey. I think it is a great idea. We should have more places available for people to be able to warm up if they're cold and go to. But there's still a lot of other issues in there also that, we have to take into consideration when a person tells you, oh, I stayed at a shelter last night and I'm not good. You're like, well, you had a shelter. No, it's not that simple. The shelter doesn't guarantee, doesn't guarantee like a good night's sleep or you even ate. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I wanted to just bring to everybody, bring to the attention.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And if you're fortunate, they do have, like the one at Addison Road is fortunate. They are fortunate to have a program where they can help people that want to get back on their feet or try to get them back acclimated. And they have to pay a little stipend, of course, because be honest, you can't stay no place for free, and the program needs to keep going. So they did have a place, like he said, transitional, like Kenneth said, transitional housing where you homeless, you can get in the program. Especially if you got a job, it seems like they help you more. They was like, okay, I'm gonna help you get an apartment. I'm gonna say this much of your check. It's like they could help you get a hold of your finances and get on your feet. So they was like, okay, we're gonna look for you there. Sometimes they get you out of the shelter and you get into a rooming situation, or you might have some roommates. They get, that's in the same program. Y'all waiting to get up out of there, to do better. And why do I know that? Because, like I said, I have family and friends that went through those programs, and I'm affiliated with the Addison Road Men's Shelter. I know what goes on there, and I also know what goes on to the women's shelter that used to be on the other side of Addison Road by the Wonderberry place. I don't even think that one is there no more.
I see what Obama didn't help the homeless either. There's a couple comments that came.
Oh yeah. The most unprotected person on the face of this
Be
earth is the
careful,
homeless.
Dave. Can't talk about Obama on here, Dave.
No, I'll talk about it, but I have said this from day one, that the most unprotected person is the homeless. Everybody else has rights, but when it comes to the homeless community, unhoused, however we want to call it, because you got some people that try to be politically correct. They say, well, you're not homeless because you got and all this other stuff. When you don't have a place to call home, that's what I'm talking about.
A place
and
to
even
get your
with
mail.
even with the transitional program, because me and Kiani are there almost on a every month, day-to-day basis, for PG County. There are over 350 people, men, waiting to get into that place. Currently, when this whole snowstorm happened, that whole week, driveway didn't get cleared, which meant that they didn't eat. So like what Beast One said is that we can't, and I'm gonna put myself out there. I stayed at the Helping Up Mission right up the street from Sojourner Douglas College, and I was there, but then it was nice that I didn't stay there. Why? Because like Roddy said, it's not a safe place to be at. And when I was there, I was younger. I was far younger. And some of these shelters, they depending on, volunteers. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm more so hard on, Catholic charities and whatnot, because these are people that are contract, which means that they are there to provide a service. They are there to, do their job. That means they get paid to do their job. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's not doing their job. And I did see what Lee put. She said everybody doesn't want to go to the shelter because they don't want to follow rules. I'm gonna give you 15%, but that's not the average. That's not the average. And I tell people this: if it was left up to me to be in government, if you was running for public office, I feel like everybody needs to have a day in the life of staying in a shelter, just so they can see what the environment is, just so they can see what the climate is, just so they can experience it. Because if you haven't been in that environment, it's hard to speak on something that you haven't been a part of. And I can speak hard on this because I have been homeless. I was homeless for over 15 years. I stayed in Cold Blue. I stayed in the Warm Nights program. So I know firsthand what it's like. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep calling in a number, keep calling in a number, keep calling in a number. Hey, I still want again. Do you have a bed? And they will tell you got to keep calling that number just so that you can stay in the system. Because if you don't stay in the system, then you're not going to be able to ever get a cot. And some places don't have a cot. Some of them have a mat. You know what I mean? And so it ain't always what people think. Like I said, before I turned 18, I was shown the front door. You know what I mean? I was shown the front door. And Virginia got one of the most craziest things that I think of in my life, because they told me I had to have proof, documentation that somebody could be able to verify if I was homeless in order to get into their shelter. Now, if that ain't about as dumb as a bucket of rocks, like you want me to provide
that was over 20 years ago when you was 18. Stuff has changed a little bit different nowadays. But we done buried the hatchet enough. The basic thing was the Cold Blue. PG County didn't send out the Cold Blue. If PG County sent out the Cold Blue, maybe that man would have still been alive and well with us to this day. But because they sent everybody out in the wild, that's what happened with that. Trey, can you read some of these comments? Molly, can you set up the next video before we get out of here? Oh, before we get out of here, while Trey finding the comments and Molly finding the video, I want to give a kudos out to Beast. He had a good show yesterday. One of my favorite people, Sergeant Garrett, was on there last night, and a lot of y'all should have been tuning in. It was a good show, but I ain't gonna toot Beast horn. I let Beast toot his own horn whenever he get back. And I don't know where Lee went. Lee, where you go?
Lee in the comment.
Lee in the comment section.
Okay. Trey,
I was thinking, I'm not here.
He can play the video. I'll read the comments after the or whatever.
Good.
So I don't know who's Josh's question was for, but he said, "How did you stop being homeless?" I don't know if he was talking to Kenny. Or
I think it was Kenny.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was the program that he had joined. And well, he can tell you about it, but you know, Lee said most of the volunteers have lived in those shelters. Dave said Obama's a sellout slave. Lee said you need to talk to Reagan. Most homeless people are dealing with mental health. That's why, because I believe most of homelessness don't even be financial, like the way people think. I really think it's what you go through and what you face in life. She said we are so privileged. A lot of people don't want to go into a shelter because they don't want to follow the rules. Well, I do know one person personally like that, and they can, yep. Biden could have ended homelessness overnight, but he sent the money to Ukraine and Israel. Reparations will solve many of our problems, says Dave. But we waste time fighting everyone else's fight. Lee says they have case managers in Alexandria. That is very well true because I know people personally that benefit from having a case manager over there. Reference it. So Josh said so he's the only one that died. And he said, I guess he said to clarify, he said so he wasn't the only one that got kicked out. He was the only one that died.
Right.
So far, we
correct.
don't know how many of us that
Hey,
had a pass through the cold.
Oh, I didn't know Chow Bow stepped in here. I seen a comment from Chow Bow. I ain't. He must
Oh,
have.
he was in here. Hey, Chow.
And he been from the
I was
very
early,
beginning.
so we must then respond to his comment. He probably chimed off because Chow Bow had said something, but I ain't hear nobody say nothing back to him.
What
So
he say?
he had said, hold on, I'm sorry, I went away from it. He had said, oh, he gonna whoop him with a belt. I don't know what he was talking about.
Oh, probably
That's-
the grandfather. I mean, the uncle.
Yeah,
Oh
the uncle.
Oh yeah. But yeah, those are your comments. That has you caught up with what's going on.
Okay. All right, we got another video. Let's move on to this next video.
Long before Europeans mastered cesarean sections, the Banyole people of Uganda had perfected the procedure, saving both mothers and babies. In 1879, Robert Felkin, a medical missionary, observed a successful C-section in the kingdom of Bunyoro. Unlike Europe, where maternal mortality was high, Ugandans ensured both lives survived. 3 individuals performed the surgery. One wielded the knife, another held the mother's ankles, and a third supported her abdomen. Banana wine was used as both a sterilizer and anesthesia, showcasing advanced medical knowledge. The surgeon washed his hands and instruments, practices just emerging in Europe. The operation began with incantations, reflecting a blend of medicine and spirituality. Bark cloth preserved modesty during the procedure. While Europeans often chose between saving mother or child, Ugandans achieved both. This forgotten legacy highlights Africa's remarkable medical expertise, far ahead of its time.
Wow. See, look at that. And they thought that the African people was not civilized, and they thought that they were savages and all that. And look at that. Them savages had skills and all that good stuff. It was Molly that Molly always says this on the show. Just because I don't know your language don't mean I'm dumb. I just don't know how to communicate with you. I don't know how to speak your language. And he said that a lot. But for some reason, when the enslaved Africans was brought to America, they thought they was dumb and ignorant. We wasn't dumb and ignorant. Look at that. Proof of whole civilization. We was doing cesareans before the Europeans was. And we had the sense enough to sterilize our equipment and wash our hands and all that good stuff. You know, I believe keeping them hands is clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's why they say that. That's what they say. But Molly always say all the time, just because I don't speak your language, do not mean I'm dumb. Boom. And we're civilized. That was a good one. That was a good power. That bring the energy up. That was a good boost. Because we were talking about some serious stuff on today's show. Woo! Some serious stuff. You know, I wonder, they didn't have such a thing as homeless way back then with the villagers and stuff like that. I mean, because I would assume that the village lived together, your group of people, you guys lived together and flourished as a village. That's why the hunters would go out and hunt and would feed the whole village. The women would take all the clothes and wash for the whole village. That's community. And I think that's what we are missing in our backyard, the sense of community, of us coming together as one. What you say, Rodney?
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the thing they took from us. So, you know, we're just now getting back. You know, so in America, America is different because, you know, everything was taken from us, and now we still are trying to figure out what's true and what's not true. You know, so for many years, especially here in America, we've been told, all these things. Like, my biggest thing now is, like I'm trying to figure out why the hell is it a bad thing not to go back to Africa? Because I'm looking at some of these African countries, and there's African countries that are well past us in technology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That are well past. There's places in Africa that you can go that is beautiful. The beaches are clean. The things are what's called. There's no civil unrest. Everybody hears about the places that in the news that there's civil unrest or there's people what's called it. But guess what? Africa is huge, and there's a lot of places where that is not happening. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's talking about that. And for me, it's the biggest thing. We're still learning here in America, about our culture and what is true and not true. Because if you went to school, and I had this conversation with a gentleman, matter of fact, at church this Sunday, because he told me he was American history. He had his doctorate in American history.
That's what's
I
up.
said, well, shit. I said, well, let me ask you a question. How much of it is true and what's true and what's not? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he looked at me and he said, I got a doctor and I'm still trying to figure it out. There's so much lies
Yeah.
that it's hard to uncover the truth because basically the whole history that we think is nothing but a fabricated plot.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's just my opinion.
There goes the spoil. They can rewrite it and they can make themselves heroes and write anything they want in history because look, they're the powers that be.
So I think that us as a community is still trying to figure it out. And like I said, I still want us all to come together and realize that if it's a brown issue, it's our issue too. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing now is nothing but a step. You know what I'm saying? When they're talking about how they're sending back people to Mexico, this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? When they send back enough people to Mexico, what do you think they're going to start talking about next?
Well,
They're already putting in the rules and the stuff to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
They're already talking about the farming. They're saying that the farming isn't getting done, that a lot of the people that's hired aren't showing up for work. And that's because they probably scared of getting deported. Papers probably not right or something. Or somebody in their family papers may not be right. And they get you and they start looking at your whole family. The same thing now that they can go into hospitals, churches, and schools. So a lot of people probably, I hope they don't. But if they're not right, they probably won't send their kids to school because now they can snatch kids up at school and the bus stops and all that. Now they can go to school and get, So the people not showing up for work, what they say, 15% wasn't showing up for work down in Florida, the farmers. And then the farmers in California said that 46% is affecting them. And I'm like, wow. That's all I gotta say is wild. The people not showing up on the job, they don't rounding up, they going in the hiding. And that's going to stop production. The people that was working on the assembly line, that's going to slow production down. Food prices getting ready to go.
So you guys think which one y'all rather have? Y'all rather have them still in the assembly line working and the farmers working? If that's what y'all want? Do you want them to stop? Like, do people want them to stop going for these criminals? Because they're legal criminals. They're not just illegal. Y'all got it on the media looking like they just anybody who.
And that is, Marley, we're all illegal criminals because none of us are from here. Even the white people
that's where we go wrong. That's why we at now. That's why we at now. We always say we this and we that. We ain't shit. I'm American. We ain't no illegal. I know. I got my papers. I got a passport. I had to go through a process to get my passport to leave the country. Beast, you leave more than anything. You can't just fly the fuck when you want to fly. But it's crazy that y'all okay with these people just walking into our country, and now that they got a job and they saying, well, we don't want to lose from the farmers. Fuck that. They out here touching.
Country. This ain't our country.
They out here touching. It is, nigga. I'm from America. Yes, it is. You cannot. Then leave. Then leave, Beast. Get the fuck out of here. If you're not from here, then leave. Why you ain't getting deported? Why you not scared to go to work? Why you out there driving? If they pull you over, you show them a fucking American ID. I'm just trying to make a point at the end of the day, and every time I try, you gonna cut it off because everybody coming in. We not really from here. They not really from here. They ain't what we making. The point is we claim that we from here. I'm not from Southeast, but the minute we say DC this, you ain't from DC, but you claim it. The Redskins, that shit don't make sense. Make if you're not from here, why even wear and do and participate in all this shit? We claim DC, we claim America. It's people that have been able to just walk across here that's illegal, that's committing crimes here in America. And people are complaining about it from Colorado, to New York, to Chicago. And now they saying we're going to get these criminals out of here. And people worrying about these criminals' jobs. Some of these people are murderers. I don't care about the ones that didn't commit a crime.
Get the fuck out of here.
Committed a crime. And when people don't want to hear what they was truth, it's always get the fuck out of here. No, we all illegals. We all came from slavery. We ain't come from slavery. That's what y'all started y'all lifetime at. It's time started before that. That's what people programmed to believe.
Let me say this about the let me provide the spiritual approach. So I have two approaches on this, okay? The ones that are doing the crimes, fine, handle them. You know, how they say, you know, OGs always told me, if you do the crime, you do the time. Point blank. So I agree with you on that, Molly. 100%. You coming out here, you being buck wild, and you out here doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you deserve to be handled by the law. Okay. So now on that end, where I come in at is applied for citizenship, and just for whatever reason, what is it, the who, the you know, where they go and they put their application in and all that, for whatever reason, I think that needs improvement. I also think that America has to own itself and correct where it has messed up. That if we're going to apply the law, then the law needs to be applied across the border wholeheartedly. You get what I'm saying? I do think that we do need to look at how are we going to run as a country, because there are, unfortunately, because we have a pride and we're selfish as Americans, where we're constantly, we have a lot of trade, we have a lot of different things that we get from these foreign countries, and we're not producing this. You know what I'm saying?
No, Kenneth, take that back. We can produce anything we want. America,
we can, but we're not.
We did, and when Reagan stepped in and started outsourcing what we was producing, and they paid the farmers, not the farm. We had everything. They paid the automobile workers not to make cars no more because they was outsourcing. We are self-contained. We all we got. We all we need. You always say that we could do all that right here in America. So we don't.
But the problem that we have in America, and I'm gonna keep it a bean, and I'm gonna keep it a bean on this buck, and with some of us, I ain't gonna say all of us. I'm gonna just say some of us. We too daggone procrastinate. We procrastinate. We do. We say we can do this and we can do that and we can do this and we can do that, but we ain't. Faith without works is dead. That's just cold blood. It's just the cold-blooded truth. We can do a lot. We have oil right here with what is it in Texas? But we getting our oil and stuff from where? Ukraine, Russia, and all those other places. Like, yeah, we can do a lot. But the problem that we have is this: we are a power hungry, egotistical, lazy people. There's a lot of stuff we can do, and I'm gonna include myself in this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it boiled down to. We can do a lot, but we don't. And we don't own up to what we to that. A lot of us say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. And we can say, you know, my mentor told me last night. She said, Kenneth, it's a lot of things you say you want to do, but you got to ask yourself, when are you going to put the drive? When you going to go from wishing to doing? Well, and we have a problem for doing, because we know our own issues. We know what's going on with our communities. We know what's
agendas. y'all gonna get your chance to be a lot of doing and not enough procrastinating because they bringing the jobs back, bringing the work back, bringing the farms back, bringing the oil drilling back. They're going to bring all of that stuff back. So we're about to see what we're going to do.
And I want to say this real quick to Molly. There's thousands of people coming into our country all the time. And if you believe that they're all murderers, or even a large percentage of them are murderers and criminals, then you're confused. Because they're not. Because I work with brown people from Venezuela, any country you name, and they're trying to get away from the murder and make their life better. They're not trying to come in here and start crimes and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about such a small percentage of the people who come over here that is crazy, but it's being hyped and thrown out there for fear. That's the only thing. How many? I don't know if you work with brown people, Molly, but I do all the time. I work in the restaurant business. I see restaurants full of people who have came to this country for a better place, not murderers, not people who are fleeing the country because of crimes. No, they're fleeing the country because they're trying to get away from the crime. They're trying to get away from the murder. They're trying to get away from these things, and that's why they flee their country. The majority of people who are coming here to do bad are so few in between, but they're being highlighted for fear. And the fact that people are now afraid to say, oh, you all got to go back. For the fact that you, Molly, going to tell me to go back, like, you know, because you're afraid, that is not something that we should be afraid of. We should not be afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? Because we got dragged here. The same thing and we want the same thing. So now all the Africans that came, were they murderers? Was that the reason they got here too? Like, that's bullshit. That's what they're trying to put out there to keep people afraid. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, so that's what y'all all took from what I said. Did I say legal immigrants should get put out of here, that they shouldn't be able to come over here? I said that they going after illegal. I said they going after. I let you talk. I let you talk. I thought you was done. Cause I said they was going after illegal immigrants, aliens, the ones that actually committed crimes, not the people that's looking for a new life. I said if that's the case, then come over here. We would love you over here. Go through the same process that everybody else did that came before you. You going back, we ain't really from here. That's just to deflate my point that I'm trying to make.
My ancestors did not go through a fucking process.
You ain't finished
Wait
yet.
a minute. Your ancestors didn't voluntarily come over here. We was drugged over here.
Exactly, but why are we bringing that shit up? We ain't got nothing to do with Trump and what we talking about right now. That's the part that irritates me. He don't know we was brought over here on the bus. That's a story that was told us. He just said is a historian guy he met that told him everything that was told us a lie. And that's one of the biggest lies. That's the thing we rather respond before we actually listen and understand. I ain't even finished my point and he cut me off 10 times. All I was trying to say is that they going after the ones who actually already committed crimes that they know committed crimes. They not just going after just random people who over here that don't got papers. No, they going after the criminals. And I'm saying that if people really mad that they going after the criminals.
That's what the criminals are. Fools in the ground. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
That is sad. I said they just going after the criminal ones. And if that's the case, would y'all rather these criminals keep their jobs over here or they get sent back where they at? You can go and look up most of the guys they already caught, a lot of them, and they can put up the crimes that they did. You wouldn't want these people still over here. It's just people don't do research or anything. We love these people that come over here. It's plenty of times when we move, we all ride to Home Depot. Hey, could 4 or 5 of y'all help me move, pay them on the tape? That's cool. We don't know what they did. But at the end of the day, what they looking for now is criminals. Criminals that committed crime, they grabbing them up. They not just grabbing just regular people that just out here looking for a new life, ain't commit no crimes, never did nothing wrong.
They are.
No, they not.
Yes, they are.
No, they not. False information, man. False information. Show us the proof.
I have a scripture to read where it says what we're supposed to do with the
I'll tell you the truth. I got no problem with it.
All right.
Leviticus 20:23 verse 22 says, when you harvest your grain, always leave some of it standing around the edges of your fields, and don't pick up what falls on the ground. Leave it for the poor and for those foreigners who live among you. I am the Lord your God.
Okay, so what do you interpret from that?
They keep thinking I'm talking about regular illegals that don't do crime and ain't commit a crime. They get it confused. That's what be blowing me. It's like saying all black people are bad people. One committed bad crime, that mean all of us did it. It's like, no. At the end of the day, you got some bad people out here in all races.
Because we got a lot of games,
Sad that people just say
MR13, and a lot of those that has infiltrated
What happened to
and
us?
came over here. A lot of those gangs. What's the name of them other gangs that was they was from Colombia? That's not MR13. MR13 was from El Salvador.
13, yeah.
They was from El Salvador. I know a lot of people that told me how they came over here from El Salvador, and they in the gang followed them over here. And some of them are running from the gang. I guess some of these people are glad they picking up the bad people and sending them back, because the bad people chase them people all the way over here. So, and if he rolling them off
That's
first,
on me, y'all. I gotta start just
clear out the
bringing back
gangs. We got
proof
enough
and
gangs.
homework. I don't be knowing what the topic's gonna be. If I knew it's gonna be the topic, I got plenty of videos, plenty of proof that we can show who they locking up, who these gang criminal guys they grabbing up, and how they got other people that they living with that's illegals too. And they like, nah, we letting them go. We want the criminals. We came for you. Some people got all types. It's just crazy because we went to Mexico and did a crime or anything, or we was submitted of a crime in America and we flew to Mexico. They can lock our ass up and deport us back to America. And it's weird that when we do it, it's a problem. We just so bad people. It's like, wake up. Like, how the hell we got a problem with all these immigrants over here, and now we trying to clean it up and it's a problem. We just a year ago, we was talking about how they in Colorado invading people's homes and all that. People were scared to leave outside, and these people's on the news telling us how these people came and took over this gang, that gang, this gang, and we still like, no, we need them on the farms, and no, it's people here that will work here that's already legal that went through the proper process.
I didn't say
Man,
we
they
need them
be
on
all
the
right.
farm. I said people are scared. That they are so
go to
scared
work.
that they're not, and it's not. They're scaring the good people.
They don't
They're
know
looking
about
for the bad
cocktails and
people,
drugs.
and it's scaring the good people. Get the bad people up, round them up, and send them back. But that's the panic
Richard,
button.
you think any good people scared? No, all them people you talking about, they probably committed a crime. They worried that I might get locked up. I've been hiding for 10
Well,
years.
I want to add this. Okay, y'all ever heard of CASA?
CASA?
Mm-hmm.
CASA.
No, you tell us what it is, though.
House.
So CASA, CASA, CASA is it's an organization that's known in DC, it's known in Maryland, it's known in Virginia. And what they are actually working on, and I only knew this because when I went to the March for Our Lives convention. March for Our Lives convention is about basically pretty much is about reform, everything reform. And part of that reform is immigration. So, and I'm just adding this. I agree with you, Molly. You know, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. Do that. But to make to prove a point, what the immigrants that have not received their approved immigration status and they have not had no record, but they actually have jobs, because that's what CASA does. CASA works with those individuals to get people housing, to get them careers and stuff. And so yes, there are some immigrants that have no records. They are afraid that it is going to affect whether or not if they get approved to become a U.S. citizen. And in the midst of them not getting approved, they feel that they're going to get sent back to that. And CASA handles immigration. You can Google it.
I have a question.
I just wanted to bring that up there just to throw that out there. I'm not saying that this is all 100% everybody, but yes, there are some immigrants because that organization does deal with immigrants. That's what they do. They actually they work all over. They actually have a building in
Yep. Send their ass
Langley
home.
Park.
Send them
I got
home.
No, get the next video ready. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I got it ready. Go ahead, Trey.
Okay.
So my question is, what is the name of the program that allows people to be over here in the process of becoming legal citizens? So being here without having papers,
Yep.
and working on it while you're living here. What's the name of that program? Because I don't know.
It's called they outstayed their visa and they running like a motherfucker. And that's what they do. They don't get in no trouble.
That's what
They
it
stay
sounds like,
as
but when people
possible.
bring up a certain
Yeah,
subject,
but send them home. I don't care how people feel about it. I don't care how comfortable they got. At the end of the day, go through the same process. The ones who actually got their papers. I don't care if you got fake Murray, somebody, Chuck Lurie or something. Do something, but don't just be out here thinking that you should have the same rights as everybody else in America. You know, like that don't make sense. Like it just don't. We can't go to their country and get that them
Still
same
trying to figure out
benefits.
what rights you think we have, Molly. What rights do
The
you
right
think
to
we
do
have?
everything that they can't do. If they pull us over, we ain't getting deported to another country.
Hey, Molly,
anybody know the name of the program that allows people to be over here
hold on, real
illegally?
quick.
Yeah, his speaker's bad. He
I
got
just want to
bad.
make one more point and then I'm done. If you think for a second that we
I
as
don't.
black people, wait a
I
second, I
don't.
haven't even made the point, so how
No,
do you
because
think?
y'all always pinpoint comparison. I don't think black people are being fairly or none of that. I think these immigrants need to get the fuck out of here. They ain't got nothing to do with black people, dog. They ain't got nothing to do with us. This is our country. We built this country. Why would we leave something that we built, Beast? You can leave
No,
if you don't
I'm
think
not
you
telling
being treated
you
fairly. Beast, you are being treated
That's not
fairly.
the point. That's
All
not
right,
the
what's your
point.
point, Beast? What's your point? Why you
Okay,
making something
my
got nothing to
point is,
do with
you're trusting that if I can't make it, you said I was interrupting you. You put me on mute. Can I say my point? All right. So, if you think that the police are not being unfair to us, and this government is not unfair to us, and we so-called, like you said, built this country, how do you think they're being to them? You really think they're taking the time to figure out who the criminals are and who are not? No, they're not. They're going to take everybody and anybody they can for any reason and don't care about why they're here and don't care about what they're trying to do and don't care, and they're going to call them all criminals. The same thing they did with us. The same thing. This ain't nothing but the same damn story. They're going to make it, they call it savage, they call it Indian savages, they call this, they call that. They were murderers and rapists and this, that, and the other because they wanted what they wanted. That is not that is not the truth. That is what they are telling you in order to make it so they can do what they can do, and people will be like, "Oh, I'm in fear. Yeah, get them out of here."
So what program allows people? It's a question nobody answered, but if somebody does know, what program do they have that allows people to be? I don't know what's on the screen, but what program do they have that allows people to be here without going through all the motions first? Because maybe it's always been that way. Maybe it's my lack of knowledge. But what act or what program is put in place that allows people to be on this soil without going through the motions? What program allows you to
There,
live and thrive and everything while you're working on citizenship?
No,
I don't know. You have to, for that program, you have to ask the Ukrainian people because they're the right color to be over here.
Oh well,
Well, then you got to go back
I'm
and
just
ask
asking
the
my
Biden
government if they allow
administration
me in.
that did that.
I don't know
That
if
was
they
that
try
was
to-
under the Biden administration that did that.
Yeah.
That flew them
I'm
people
just
over here.
talking about the whole administration is wrong. I don't give a shit who it is, whether it's Biden or Trump.
Well, let me
If they
ask
do
you
it,
this
it's
question:
still
Are the
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
Ukrainians going back?
like Rodney said, I don't care who did it. I just want to know like how
Like,
that happened.
who are they sending back? Are they sending back the Ukrainians? Are they
No.
sending back everybody? Right?
No, they're not sending back the Ukrainians. No.
I have a friend. We just talked about this the other day at the barber shop. I have a friend. She's from Jamaica, and her husband's from Jamaica, but they had their baby over here. The husband went back to Jamaica, and they sent the mother and the baby back to Jamaica. because
Hmm.
they didn't have the right
What would?
paper process.
Yeah,
So what they
yeah.
did, it was
Gotta
back
go.
and filed for visas to get back here the right way. All I'm saying was, if you want to be part here, come the right way instead of just walking over the border. When did this become such a big problem?
When Trump got in office, because Obama sent more immigrants home than any president ever that's fuck been in office, but nobody said nothing. Nobody, I ain't hear none of this energy. Oh my God, they
Yeah,
sending people back that don't have
that's
papers, that's
what
not
I'm saying.
legally here. It just didn't make sense. But when Trump do it, is he evil? Because they program. People are really programmed out here to believe what they want. They will fight and say anything to defeat to basically help other people that basically committed crimes. They know these people committed crime. That's like when you commit a crime in America and you go to Mexico, you think they just can't find you. You think they just not gonna find you. Like everybody down there going, no, we don't know. No, cameras can pick you up. They can call they database. Hey, he's staying at this hotel and they kicking that motherfucker in. For some reason, people think technology is not a thing. They think these people literally just walked over here and they ain't get no face recognition. You can go anywhere and they know what you is. You ain't gotta have no phone no more. But I don't know if y'all okay with people over here that's committing crimes in their country, this country, that's so big. And I don't care if you black, you white, anything, they get locked up. I got friends in jail for murder, armed robbery. They ain't say, oh no, let them off, because when they ain't lock them people up over there, that shit don't make sense. And black people, we do that for some reason. Go look up the crimes that these people they catching is actually was on the run for. It ain't even like they was on the run for just little titty tat shit. They out here actually molesting kids, doing all time. I can't use the R word on here. They out here murdering people. And it's right there, it's research, but it's just weird that when Obama imported all these people back to their country, we ain't get none of the same injury. That's when I know people vote for who they like and not for what is right. And I'm with send everybody back home. You're illegal, send them home.
Once again, you're the only person that brought up Trump, Obama, or Biden. I didn't bring none of them. All of them, I don't give a fuck about them. I'm saying what's happening is wrong. I don't care who the president is, it's still wrong.
What's that?
So I didn't bring up none of those people.
I don't know why when I ask questions, I don't know why people like, I don't know, maybe curve over it. But I was trying to ask the same question I asked a couple times. That is, does anyone know of an act or a program that allowed this to already happen?
I
Because
know.
if because if there isn't a
Illegal.
then it always was, it's just illegal straight up. If there's a
Yeah.
program that allows you to come over here and not already have your papers but be working on the transitioning process, like they see something of you or you pass whatever citizenship test you had to pass, does anybody have knowledge of
Yeah,
that?
you get a temporary
Yeah.
visa, and a lot of
Oh,
these people get it for temporarily, and then they never leave. These are people that they deporting back. That's it. It is like these people, if they committed a crime, you should basically get deported. This been always the thing they've been doing, and I understand we feel like it ain't right. Hey, I'm with it. If y'all feel like it ain't right, it ain't right. I don't think innocent people should get deported back, but hey, if you ain't do your paperwork, so be it. But at the end of the day, it's too many criminals out here. It's too many people over here. They can't even take care of the people that's here right now. We crying about the homeless. We can't feed the homeless, the women's shelter, the men's shelter. And at the same time, we saying we should keep all of these billions of the immigrants over here. Like we can't take care of ourselves. We should send money to Ukraine. We should send $1 billion over there to help them. We can't help ourselves. It's just people so brainwashed to do whatever the Democrat Party say do. That's what I'm starting to see. At the end of the day, if the Republican Party saying do this, is the evil stuff. If the Democrat Party saying we doing it, is great stuff. And you can see the Democrats did the same thing that the Republican Party doing now, but it's a problem because Trump in office. It's evil now because Trump in office. It just don't make sense to me. If it's evil now, it should have been evil then. At the end of the day, if people out here committing
that's
crimes,
what
they should go to
yeah.
jail. If you ran to America, they should catch you and send you back over there and you go do your time. Hey, that's all I'm saying. They even paying people thousands of dollars to call out these people. You know somebody out here without papers, they would give you $1,000. You think people ain't out here collecting that check? They're snitching their own. So I know they out here like, hey, get little Carlos down the street. He been here for 5 years. You know, I know some of y'all might got close to some of these people, man. Y'all gonna miss them, but help them get their papers and get over here. That's it.
Right.
Help them out. But if they committed a crime, they gotta go do that time. We don't need them over here. They out here harming our kids and touching our kids. They need to get out of here. I don't want them over here. I'm just lost how people having arguments for these people, lawyering up for these people. Like they should get due process. Like hell no, you ain't come over here the right way, so you ain't gonna leave the right way. Like it's crazy.
Molly, go ahead, Kenny.
So you get a pen, Trey, because you asked the question. There is a website that is called wearecasa.org. That is the advocacy group that when they come in contact with immigrants, that
Nah,
they
that's not what I'm asking. I'm not cutting you off in a rude way, but that's not what I asked. I asked what act or law was put in place that allowed people to transition to American soil before having complete citizenship and
None.
going through the motions. That's what I asked.
oh
There's
Like I
none.
understand the people that might help you, when they realize that somebody's here, that wants to get right, they'll help you with that. But I'm talking about the government. I don't want to separate ourselves from the government on this. I'm asking, how does the government allow people in, and when did that act come into place to say that it was okay? Because it was never a problem until now. Like when you go to your favorite restaurant, the people in the kitchen can't speak a lick of English. People turn their head for stuff like that, or jobs that people don't want. Shit, the little side shit that we consider to be too good for, or we don't want to do that because that's not of our lifestyle, whatever type jobs. Those are the people that work those jobs. So that's why I asked the question that nobody answered on if there's an act in place. Because y'all brought this up, that's the only reason I'm asking it to y'all. So I'm not gonna write anything down because I need the people that's talking about it to tell me what they find. What they
well, it's no law. It's no law. I was just because I misunderstood your question. I thought you
No,
was
no, I know
asking.
I understand. I know what you was trying to give an answer to it, but yeah, that's why I gave out the question again. To be stated and asked if there's a law. Because if the answer is no, there isn't one. I'm gonna do my own research because you might uncover some shit that's hidden under some shit and all that, and realize that something might be true or not true. But if it's not, that means it's just straight up illegal. If there's no law to protect that happening, that means
That's right. It's
that means it's
illegal.
open for whatever to happen, regardless, because there's no law to protect it, which would
You're
end the
right, Trey.
conversation. Yeah,
That makes
I know.
that's why it's illegal. That's when it become illegal. And that's when you become, if you over here without doing what you said, Trey, no paperwork, no nothing, that's considered an illegal immigrant. You are right. That's what makes them illegal, because they don't have the paperwork. You're right.
So it's just
And it's always been. And then it's like all of a sudden this great explosion. And I'm like, I remember I was younger. I was working with my friend named Oscar. I'm only bringing him up. He had some kids. He was from El Salvador. I know a lot of them from El Salvador. Him and his kids, his daughter now is like 28 years old. And I wondered, did he ever go back and get his paper? What if he never went back and got his paper? So the life that he made here for his family and kids, he's gonna have to go back home. But I guess the kids and stuff are legal, because they were saying if you born here, they give the kids and stuff to whatever. But if your parents,
Dave said, I ain't cutting you off. I just want to catch the comment.
okay.
Dave was saying that hold on, I gotta go back. He said, how does that's why I lost the comment. He said something about how does them leaving negatively affect this. The ones that aren't criminals, they're filling those jobs that nobody wants. And won't admit that they don't want, won't admit that they won't take. They won't admit that they won't apply for it. When people say something about all these jobs and how hard it is hard to get a job. Don't get me wrong. Because there's shit in place to make it a problem for you to just easily go to places. So it's a lot in place with that. But those said immigrants, the ones that aren't creating crimes or whatever, are you're still you're filling those positions that people don't really want, the positions behind the scenes, the shit nobody looks at, the people working behind that door or working in the back of that kitchen or some shit like that, the hidden shit.
And don't forget to pay less, because I ain't gonna say with restaurant, the dishwasher thought he was going to get $20 an hour, and she said, "No, we're not hiring you $20. You get minimum wage." And the dishwasher quit because she fired him actually because he thought he was going to get $20 an hour. She was like, "Oh no, you're not." She was like, "Why would I pay you $20 an hour?" So she did get rid of him. Well, he got fired, and then and it was somebody else that took his position.
Called the
But the black boy thought he was going to get $20 an hour, and she was like, "Is you crazy to wash some dishes?"
Hey, send me the name of that act in my messenger, Josh, because this phone is dead. I didn't even realize I didn't charge this one. So
What's the act? What did he say?
it's he said he's not saying it's actually the one, but he's saying it might be the one that I'm referring to or looking for. He said the Dignity Act of 2023 might be what I'm looking for, he said.
Oh, this is something new, 2023. Dignity Act. Let me look it up. Dignity Act of 2023.
Yeah.
What is
But if so, if it's just put in place now, that's still a problem for me. I'm gonna look into it. Charge this phone up and look into it. But even if it was established in 2023, that just happened. So, which meant that there was
what
no
is
real,
the Dignity Act of
because there's so many
2023?
companies, brands that profit, or even small businesses that profit off of people that they can pay little to nothing. So I watched that my whole life before I even knew all of what immigration entailed and what it meant, when I was under a certain age. And I could see people that clearly you knew weren't from here, couldn't speak English, couldn't understand what's going on, can't communicate, so
Wait a minute, I got the
always see that.
Dignity Act, and it's just the CBP. It is the Custom Borders and Patrols. So it says the Dignity Act will enhance U.S. border security and additional border infrastructure. They just putting extra people on the border. That's the Dignity Act, I guess, to make it harder for you to get over here. The communities and strategic planning.
I'm gonna read about it. I thought this phone was charged, so I thought I was gonna come right
That's
back.
Homeland Security. It's part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. That's what it says with the Dignity Act.
I see that message, Josh. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into that.
And CBP stands for Central Border Patrol. So if y'all hear CBP, that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
And that's 2023. That's just them toughening up their borders. Is that the last ditch effort for them to toughen up the borders after they kind of finally admit that there's a problem at the borders? Now, are we talking about just the people that's walking across the land? What about the people that's flying over? See, what happens, the people that fly over here on a visa. Those are the people that Molly's talking about that overstay their visa and just stay.
Well, as long as you don't, and that was my, exactly. That's listening to what y'all was saying. That's why it brought up the natural question, like, was there something in place for this? Or because I just never, I always hear, you always gonna hear immigration talk and stuff, but on this scale, on this level, nah, not in my lifetime. I haven't. That's what made me ask, is there something in place that allows people to do so? Because if not, you just snuck your way over here or you overstayed and it's just illegal straight up, and that's the end of the conversation. But if there is an act that protects them, then that opens up, another door. So I don't like talking in circles too much without knowing certain things, because it got quiet when I asked that. We was all in here, sounding like whatever. And now that I asked that, and I feel like now people trying to look it up and figure it out and shit, because now it's quiet again. So.
Well, I already looked it up and we already figured that out. So if you're not over here with your proper papers, take your ass home, or they're going to take you home. You either going or they taking you. So, and if you here, fill out your paperwork while you still here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to let you stay here while your paperwork is pending. And that's another thing. They were going to send the people home while their paperwork was pending instead of letting them stay here. It's overcrowded.
I didn't understand the pending paperwork because, I was confused on the pending paperwork because
so the pending paperwork is this. So even though we have advocacy, even though we have groups, right? And this is on all levels. This on all levels. We have government right now. We have people that have applied for services, even just simple things like Medicaid, just different stuff. People's paperwork is pending because we don't have people When I say we don't have people, we don't have employers, we don't have people at their desk to go into the computer system to say, oh, this person has this, they don't have that, or they do, or they don't, or whatever it is in particular. So the pending process is because a lot of people have applied, but there has not been anybody to take that information
Yeah.
and say, let's put this into the to the computer system, and based upon the rules of what it takes for you to become an American citizen, has he or she done? So we don't have people in place. And I know it's a building in Baltimore. They have a building in DC that actually deals with that specifically, and they don't. They do not have people.
They don't have
Dave,
enough workers. They don't have enough case manager.
Dave
And
said
stuff
brothers
get
will,
bottlenecked.
brothers
why-
will shovel shit to survive if they have to. Jobs won't do. It's propaganda. That's what Dave said. Brothers will shovel shit if they have to. Jobs we won't do. It's oh well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know no job that I wouldn't do. I mean, I'm thinking of
I
your black.
I know plenty,
trash truck.
plenty of them that I don't want, and
But
I'm
if it's paying the money,
I can think of a handful that I see other people do that I know I don't want to be doing if I don't have to. Slicky said it's been like that for life. Same shit, different day. Lee said, "Good job, Trey." And she said, "This land don't belong to us. We own nothing. How is this godly?" That's my thing. And this country is supposed to be Christian based. Even when the president says, you know, whatever he says, you know.
But hold up,
God and all
don't
that.
say that, because I'm gonna go hard. Y'all gonna call me the
Go as
donkey
hard
of
as
the
you
day.
go as hard as you want to go, because I'm ready for whatever conversation is there.
But if we put God into this, if we really put God into this, the text tells us we're supposed to take care of the immigrants.
Yeah.
And it's all throughout the whole
but
text.
the same people that also run everyone else's life outside those immigrants are the same people that are raising their hand about the Bible.
But illegal, what about illegal and criminal?
Right. That's my
Because y'all
question.
keep saying
Illegal and
immigrants.
criminals.
There's a lot of immigrants. Y'all keep getting confused with illegal and they are criminals. They're not just going for just immigrants. So we taking care of immigrants. They take care of us when we go to their country. But like we just talking about Pearl Harbor in 1941, after they dropped that bomb, I didn't even know until now that they locked up all the American Japanese people and put them in concentration camps or jails basically until shit died down because they couldn't trust them. So I was like, we've been on that type things, and it wasn't a problem then. That's America history. When Obama imported all them people, I wasn't mad. I'm just like, they gotta do the same things we gotta do, you know, just to protect our people and they can protect their people. At the end of the day, if you do a crime here, you run to Mexico, you on the run here. And if they find out where you at, they will find a way to get you. Brittany Griner, she committed a crime in another country. They held her. They held her so much that we had to trade out for her for a whole criminal. We had to let go of a violent criminal just to get her back. That just lets you know over there, they don't give a fuck. You think people was over there rooting for her? No, let her go. And then, nah, that's part of the law here. She broke the law. No matter if it was something small to us, but they don't care in them countries. Yeah, some countries you can't do half of the things we do over here. You steal something, they chopping off things. You forced to be a certain religion. So it's just like, I get what some of them people are running from, but if you running from after committing a crime, then that's a no-no. But you run away for a better life, then yeah, let's make it happen. Because I think all people should live a treacherous life. They should be happy. But at the end of the day, you can't cause harm. And you can't be out here causing mayhem and bringing that double energy, because the cartels run everything. It's some people out here that never committed a crime, but they using them to get drugs over here, fentanyl over here. So now these people got to go through extra security, and a lot of them getting caught. They had over 100 pounds of just fentanyl at the border that people was trying to get across. People that you just look at, oh, they're just babies. It's just a family. Nope, come here. It's no different than we see on Narcos and all these shit. They be telling us the truth in these movies. This was really happening at the border. They get real gangster. That's why he's trying to build the wall. China got a wall. Everybody's got walls. The minute we say we want a wall, it's like, nah, we trying to keep people out. Yeah, go ahead, Trey.
Nah, wait, hold on. Okay, so what what's the name of the border around? What's the name of they? Do they have a name of a border around China? You said the China Wall, and I ain't
The
asking.
Great Wall of China. Great Wall of China.
Oh,
To
okay.
keep out the Mongolians when they was at war.
Does that have the same power as it did before? Because didn't that, I don't know, because I don't know, but did the purpose of the wall, isn't that the purpose over and is now just, it still exists because they're not gonna knock it down, but doesn't it? I think you muted.
That
Yeah.
all right. I had to figure it out.
But
Nah, I'm
isn't that
yeah.
different now?
The Great
Because
Wall of China is totally different than what Trump or whoever's building down there. Yeah, the Great Wall of China was built hundreds of years ago, and that was to defend from another attacking country. That had nothing to do with no immigration.
Okay. So what they got to do? We defending now from drug war cartels. Like y'all keep forgetting that's a thing.
I'm not
So you
forgetting it's a
saying what's
thing.
wrong? What's wrong with the wall? What's wrong with us having a wall?
I'm okay with the wall. I don't give a fuck about the wall.
I'm just saying
Build
the war on
wall.
drugs was
The wall
a
ain't
thing.
gonna do shit because the war on drugs,
Yeah.
that wall ain't gonna stop near drug from getting over here. Not one.
Nah, we know that, but it would make
Okay,
things a little more
then,
difficult.
so then let's take them away from each other because that ain't why it's being built. It ain't being built to stop drugs from coming over here.
Okay. You should just
So-
leave it
so
open and let people just walk
what is the
over.
purpose? Let me
The
ask.
drugs coming anyway. So what are we talking about?
Let me ask what y'all think the purpose of this is for.
What I think what is?
The purpose of this wall is for.
I don't know what the purpose is. I'll be honest with you.
I really don't know.
It
but-
doesn't have a purpose. It doesn't have a purpose. It's
Yeah.
a statement piece. It's
Yeah.
just like them saying the Washington Monument represents freedom. It's just a statement piece. It doesn't do anything. It's just something that wall is not going to stop anything from coming over here that wants to get over here.
What they was trying to do with the wall, and they even put it in the ocean, they was trying to deter people from crossing because there was a lot of people that was losing their lives. So if you have a wall or you have a fixture built up where they can't cross or get over to the other side, they're going to go to the opening where they're supposed to come in the right way. So that's all. It's
Smart,
trying
Reese.
to deter the people from coming in the back door.
There you
That's
go.
what the wall
You get it. They got walls
It's
around
to
jail, so
deter
you
them, but
can't
it ain't
just
gonna
hop
stop no
out.
drugs.
You can't just hop in and out of jail because they got a wall around it. That's why it's the purpose of the wall. That military, everything, it's got a wall around it. I mean, I get it. Why people think we might not need a wall, but I like it though.
I don't care if the wall is there or not. I'm just saying it ain't gonna stop nothing. The biggest drug dealer is the government. So shit.
Okay. Yeah, for real though.
The same person building that wall is the same person selling these drugs.
Hell, see what they call it.
Lock them up then.
Yeah, when they got that 100 pounds of fentanyl, guess who's selling it now?
I don't know. You probably
I'm
know.
just
Let me
telling
know.
you. Yeah, I already
Tell
know.
me
Yeah, I
who's
got you.
selling it.
What do you think they do with it? What do you think they do with it?
They
I don't
took
know.
that
You
shit,
tell me.
confiscated
Hey,
it.
just like what do you think they do with the guns? All the guns they getting too. What do you think they doing with those?
I don't know. You
Put that
tell
shit
me. If
right back
somebody
out.
kills somebody,
They're
should
dropping
they let
them
them
in
keep the
our
gun?
community. They're dropping them in our community. It's definitely
Yeah.
getting still sold to our community. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing different. It ain't no
So I guess
secret.
that make it okay to have the wall down so it can make it easier, huh? So they can
What do
just
you
keep
mean?
getting them in our community,
It's
right?
coming. It's still coming. Those same drugs are still coming. What did that wall solve?
That's like
Tell me what
somebody
the
saying
wall
just don't
solved.
try to stop anything.
Tell
Basically,
me what
oh,
the
we try to build a wall. What's
wall
the
solved. That's
point
all
of
I
building a
asked.
wall? It's gonna get over the wall
Slow
anyway.
it down.
What does
Then
the
why we
wall
can't get over the
solve?
ice wall?
I just want
Why
you to
we
answer
can't
a
get over the
quick
ice
question.
wall? What's the ice
What
wall?
does the
It's
wall
what's so
solve?
good about the ice wall that we can't get over it? If we can get
Want
over
to know?
any other
You want
wall,
the wall
why we
so
can't get
bad?
over the
Just
ice
tell me
wall?
why.
Because
All I want you to do
it's
is tell me
monitored
why.
just like our borders.
Yeah,
What?
I wanted just the reason why every other country in this world. It
No,
ain't
don't
it
tell
ain't
me.
just
Don't tell me about
China.
area. Tell me why you want it,
For
Molly.
illegals cannot
What is that
just
doing?
cannot just do drug trafficking,
They
kidnapping
still
kids, and just
doing it.
run it. No, just because it ain't no fucking wall. Did you
Oh, okay.
understand it? You
All
keep
right.
saying, why do I want a wall? And
You
I'm
believe
saying
it?
so they can slow down or stop that. And you keep saying it ain't gonna stop it.
It
Why
ain't.
pray? Well, why pray? Because if you pray, shit gonna happen anyway. But why pray anyway? Because we do it anyway to hope for a better outcome. It don't make sense. It just don't make sense to me. It's like, why do anything then,
That
B?
must be
Why
gas.
drive if you gonna get there around this time anyway? Like this, everything is why. Why have a license? Why get a license? Why get a social security card? Why sign a birth certificate when your kids was born? When you know damn well you signed them into slavery. Why do it? We doing it all the time. I don't get it. We gotta, I don't know. I ain't trying to have it like a debate. I just thinking that we doing what's right for our people, and I'm okay with that. I know we can't do right by all people, and at the same time, them people in their country don't do the same by us. I don't see how y'all don't get that. When China got into it, that COVID shit, they was getting black people out their country. They weren't saying, oh, we should protect them. And then down here, they were saying they hitting Chinese people. Look how they treating the Chinese people. Yeah, they was treating us the same way. I get it. I get it. I don't hate people at the end of the day, but I hate when people out here getting back and when they're illegals, when they out here committing crimes. And then when you hear that a president or somebody in a high position like a Diddy or somebody committed a crime, is lock him up, lock that person up. How he still out here? But these motherfucking illegals can come over here running from a crime and y'all saying, well, nah, I don't think that's wrong because God and this and that. Like, nah, it don't make sense. If you don't like these criminals, you shouldn't like that criminal. When Obama kicked them out, I was okay with it with Trump doing it. I don't care what Biden doing. I'm just okay with protecting our borders by any means. And they can't be 100% protected, but at least try. Right now, it's too easy. Biden had it up to a point that you can just walk over here. You ain't had to go through no process. You can just walk right in this country and do whatever you want. And that's like leaving your front door open. Nobody leave their front door open unless somebody in their house and just go and do whatever they want. And that's how I look at it as America. This is our house because we here. We might not own the land. You might feel like, oh, this don't belong to us, but we claim America. If we go to war right now and they had to pull some kid, they're going to pull some of our family and our friends that we know. So all that faking like, oh, we really from Africa, fuck that. I ain't from there. I was born here in America, so that's why I'm a rep. It's some Africans don't even like us. I don't even understand half the shit we be arguing about. Some little boys want to be girls. We argue about that because Trump is against it. It just be so weird that we just argue about regular life. It just be weird to me. But I can be wrong about everything I'm talking about. At the end of the day, I think we should have stronger borders. I want to know how y'all feel about stronger borders. In the comments, I know B said we don't need a wall. Reese, do y'all feel like we need a wall? How y'all feel about a wall? How y'all feel about these criminal immigrants that's coming over here? Not just immigrants or aliens, like no, illegal. The ones that committed a crime getting sent back home. I don't get how y'all. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question, Molly. Let me ask you one question. We haven't had a wall, correct?
Yeah, we have.
We have not had a wall, correct?
Yeah, we have border control.
Okay. Tell me, my question to you is.
Wait a minute, Beast. Wait a minute. Let me correct y'all. Yeah, we always did have a wall. There was always some barrier there separating us from there. That's why they said they run for the border. There's been some barbed wire fence. It has changed to what it looked like over the years. So there was always a barrier there. Yes, we have. Go ahead. Your question.
Okay, the barrier's there. There was there. Whatever was there. Now I'm just curious. So for the let's say what is it, 60, 80 years of now that the world, the United States is now considered everybody is equal. Okay, they haven't had it then. How come all of a sudden now everybody's a criminal?
Yeah.
It's been 80 years of no border, but now the only thing coming over here is criminals.
I'll give you that.
Everybody running from the
border.
Who said everybody is criminal? Who said everybody's a criminal?
I mean, that's what
I keep saying. That's the part y'all get confused. Why y'all keep missing the
criminals? But they're doing a great job stopping the criminals now, right? Now they're doing a great job.
They trying to. Trump is in office now. He wasn't in the last 4 years. The dummies was. That's why the last 4 years. The last 4 years, this been happening. And before they stopped the wall from being built. Then he was locking up these people that was trafficking kids. You remember Epstein? Now they talking about Epstein Island. All that stuff came out because of Trump. And then when he went out,
he told him where he was at. What the fuck you mean?
Believe what you want. Why get him locked up if they're gonna get you locked up? Hey, yeah, y'all be selling drugs and I sell drugs with you. How dumb is that? Tell me how dumb would that be? You just
if
don't
you
like
think
Trump. That's
Trump,
all it
if
is.
you
Just
think
let it know.
Trump was
I
not
don't
on
care for
Epstein
Trump or any of
Island,
these people.
that
They
is
working
well
together.
known. You brought it up, not me. You brought it up.
Yes, to make a
Trump
point
should
that
be
about the
locked
sex
up.
trafficking. You stuck on Trump.
Trump should be
I
locked.
brought up the
You
sex
brought up
trafficking.
Trump. The
No,
problem
sex
is you brought
trafficking.
him up. You
And he
brought all
locked
these
up.
things up.
They locked up
All right, I'm good.
Epstein. We talking
I'm
about the
good.
border. We
You
talking
brought
about the
him up.
border. They was locking up people for sex trafficking when he was in office the first term. And you talking about, well, he might be with him. I'm talking about what was
It's not
actually
he
happening.
might,
Then
he
lock him
was.
up. Why
It's
they didn't lock
known.
him up yet? You keep saying shit you don't know. You just going off shit because you don't like it. Then why they ain't lock him up? They
No,
lock
that's
Epstein up.
known.
Why they
didn't
ain't lock
up
him
a
up?
lot of motherfuckers
Why
that
they ain't
was
lock
on that
Jay-Z up,
island.
Beyonce, everybody else
Yeah,
that's
they
supposed
locked
to
up
be?
a lot of people that was on that island. So
Why
what?
not?
You brought all these things up. I didn't
No,
bring
I
them
brought up the
I'm just
Epstein for sex
yes, you
trafficking,
brought
and
up
we don't
Trump.
want that no more.
You
You keep
said
talking
Trump.
about Trump.
No, nigga, you said Trump.
So,
All right, I'm
okay,
good.
you
I'm done.
think I'm
done. I
okay
haven't
with
mentioned
sex
Trump
trafficking
once.
if Trump was
I
part
haven't
of it?
mentioned him once.
You
Play it
think
back.
I'm
It's
okay
all
with
good, though.
sex
I'm done with it.
trafficking?
I'm done with it. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
because you really don't have no response. Everybody always
No, I
bring up
just
Trump.
told you. All right,
To
don't
what?
worry. What?
To what?
No, you good.
I'm literally saying that sex
I'm asking.
trafficking is the thing, and they was actually sex trafficking kids and women, and I'm saying they was putting a stop to that, and he keep bringing up Trump. That's what people be doing. They run when the truth come out. They got no facts. They go off feelings. That's why I be telling people, y'all vote for who y'all like and not what is right. That's why little boys can out here chop their things off and say they want to be a girl. Just because of the people y'all voted in these last 4 years. That's why they can have training time and do all this stuff in the school, because y'all believe the things that they pushing is godly, and the whole time they pushing the evilest thing. And then he come along and say, no, it's only two genders, male and female. Oh, he's the devil. How you gonna take rights for? No, women shouldn't get aborted. Well, women should have the right, but y'all keep preaching all these Christian and value ways that y'all live. God is against that. He's against abortion and all these things that y'all talking about. The same thing that Trump fighting for, that's what God would be fighting for. If Jesus was to return, he'd be saying some of the same things. It's just weird. Y'all can feel what y'all feel about the border, but overall, the Democrats are the most evilest people, and y'all be out here rooting for these people. All
Every
of them
time
majority
you're
work
the one
together.
bringing up Democrats, Republic, Trump.
I brought up sex trafficking, and I said Trump and them was pushing the narrative we're gonna drain the swamp, and they was trying to lock the sex traffickers up. You so draining. Oh, Trump probably was with it too. If he was with it, he deserved to get locked up too. Lock him up. Y'all keep thinking that, oh, you just no, if he doing something evil and y'all got proof and y'all can lock him up, lock him up. They lock Epstein up, they locking everybody else up. Y'all keep thinking it's just a fan of this person. No, I'm just saying this person trying to change things to the better. For what I believe, I don't think little boys should be able to call the police on their parents and get them locked up because they used the wrong pronoun. It's just so many weird stuff that y'all be fighting for and rooting for just because y'all don't like the other person. It just don't make sense. It's just no different than the Eagles versus Redskins. The NFL wins regardless. You can be sick, or you can be happy. Who cares who wins the Super Bowl at the end of the day? But if it's your team, you're gonna cheer. And that's what y'all caught up in fan base. Y'all are fans are Democrats. So when they lose, y'all mad. The other party win, y'all rooting against them. That's no different than the Cowboy fan rooting against y'all when y'all played the Eagles. They don't want to see y'all win. Y'all want to see Trump fail, even though he's our president. Biden was in office. Y'all think I wanted to see him fail? I didn't want him in office, but at the end of the day, I wanted to see him do great things. I never came in and say, watch Trump fuck the country up. Watch Biden do this. Watch Biden them do this. Watch Biden them do that. I ain't never come on and say that. It was the minute it was over, it was time to rerun. I said, damn, in that 4 years, they ain't do shit. In these 4 years, everything went up. The prices of everything, living went up, and everybody ignored all that because they hate Trump so much. I don't care about either party. All I care about which one of them going to do more for us, which one of them going to protect the kids, which one of them going to get all this weird, you can be a male, cis pronoun shit. Who's going to be against all that and bring the godly things back to life? And I ain't even Christian, but at the end of the day, life was way better with it was at least Christian based. Now people can say they can do whatever they want. They started 3 other religions.
Hey, Molly, it ain't even Christian based. It ain't never been Christian based. It was something that they gave us to announce with. No, it was something that they fed us to believe. Because high heel shoes was made for men. Period. Women never had any rights. Men was loving men long before now. King James version of the Bible, he hated women. He loved a man. Michelangelo loved men. So you've been transcribed and programmed to believe that everything was straight
No,
when it
I'm
was
talking
not.
about Christian
Let,
base was basically like nature.
I'm
You
starting.
program. Man and
Listen, I'm
female make
starting from the
child.
beginning.
Women and women can't make child.
Nah,
You cannot have sex with another woman and reproduce, Lee. I don't care if
I'm
it said in the
starting
Bible or
from the
not. I was not programmed. I just told you I wasn't a Christian. I'm not part of none of that religion based shit.
Neither
But I
am
say it was
I.
better because they understood man and female make child. They understood that.
That's
You bringing
all
up
a
something
woman
else.
was meant. Hold on, that's all a woman was meant to do at that time. If you let me
I'm not.
complete my,
But why
a
would you say
woman was
that?
only here to make babies. Other than that, men loved men. Okay, procreate was only a woman's
Man, you
job.
keep talking
A
about
woman had
European
no,
people, man.
rights. A woman couldn't achieve anything without a male signature. Period. When black women started fighting for their rights and white women jumped on the bandwagon, the only people that got any absolute was white men and then white women, and then we're still at the bottom because you got Asian addicts, you got everybody else, LGBT, everybody else. Me and Althea just had this conversation. You are at the tail end. You are at a tail end of something. You got to go farther back for your research to know the truth. Immigration has been a big issue way before you. You're talking from the Berlin Wall. You're talking from Hitler days when we brought them over here to work with NASA. Immigration has been that way. You're talking Lebanon War and everything else. No, they didn't care because it gave them more power, more money. The more people, the more we had to do. So, I mean, you really need to go back a little bit farther if you have to go back into Google, because what you're saying is a fraction, a millifraction of what is really happening here.
Well, I
Please, sir.
understand what he's saying, and I
Okay.
understand.
I don't.
I know.
Because
I
you're not
know.
listening.
It's gonna go over your head. I
No,
already know
it ain't
it's
over
gonna
my
go
head.
over your head.
Before
David
it's
just
after
said
the
it best.
time.
We fight for everybody else, but we don't fight for ourselves. We marching for everybody else.
No, we fight for ourselves, but we don't receive the
Jesus.
record. We don't receive the recognition. We don't receive what we fight for. We are the last ones on the totem pole to get it.
Look, I'm not marching to
Black
fight
Panther.
for somebody that's coming to our country illegally, because we can't go
You
to their
can't be
country
you can't be illegal
illegally
if
and
you're a
live.
child of God. How are you illegal if you're a
For
child
that.
of
If
God?
you want to be, look, I'm with Trump on this. If you want to be an American so bad, come through, get the papers, and do what you do.
If you want to be, there used to be no borders. There was once no borders. You had people that walked
They
40.
once wasn't no border.
There was once
It
no
once
borders,
wasn't no
man-made
borders.
borders.
That's how they knew they
It
was
wasn't no
crossing the
states,
line.
no cities. It was none of this.
Man-made borders. Man-made
That's what I'm
borders.
saying. But why did they make them? They made them for a reason.
They made them for them, for territory. For territory. They pissed on it and they made a territory. That's all they did. They claimed it,
And now
which
we
was
part of
right.
that territory. We
Which was
claiming it.
no,
You
which
got
was
social
right.
security number.
I'm
You part of
talking.
that
That means
territory.
one of us ain't listening. If I'm
Nah,
talking, and you talking, and you
I
start
was.
saying, let me finish. You don't let nobody finish. You don't let
I
nobody
was
start.
just saying
You want
something
people
and you
to
jump
stop and
right
listen
in.
to you.
Oh,
Hello, the
Right?
line. What
The
happened?
line, you're right. The line got that sound in there. What I'm
yeah.
saying. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say, Lee, because I ain't gonna be able to say what I'm gonna say anyway. So say what you're gonna say.
I was saying
Y'all about to
something
start at
before
the
you.
same time.
I was saying something when you jumped in. I was trying to say that there was no borders back then. Man-made borders. Man-made borders for territory. He claimed his territory, which was something that was rightfully ours.
Oh yeah, okay. We
It
knew
was
that.
rightfully our land. And they claimed them borders, not just from us, from Indians and from everybody else. This was ours. But we're not going to take it with us because we don't own nothing, because we are settlers. We adapt to things. That's all. That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's what I was trying to say before.
They didn't add or take away from the conversation. I mean,
It don't matter. I was trying to get it out before you stopped me.
Saying that man-made, we know that. They're not talking about the man-made borders. They're talking about the situation down there at the Mexico border with the illegal immigrants. Like this is Walmart. Like
so let me,
Walmart. You know, welcome greeters. That's what
let me,
he's talking about.
I want to
okay,
see
but let
one
me
of
ask
y'all
you
walk
let me
into another
ask
country.
let me ask one question.
No,
Go to the
Let me
airport
ask,
and
I
just
ain't
walk.
finished. No, you finished. You can answer it after I say this.
okay. All right, go ahead.
Molly is saying that he don't want the illegal immigrants in the country, and if you want to be right, come through the right way with the papers. Bishop saying that some of these people that did come in illegally are actually, you know, good people. Molly said, then let them go back and do the paperwork so they could be here the right way and they can stay with them and their family and grow and flourish. We're talking about the people that's trying to bum rush the border, that's trying to hurry up and get through, that's trying to come on this side so they can do some chaos, some mischievous stuff. But because they in ties with the government, somehow them same criminal elements find their way back over here again, or they send representation from that organization back over here again. They can say, here, you're a good looking girl, go through to carry this bag through there, and you doing your paperwork. They will hold other people's families hostage back home so they can come to America and do all types of stuff. We see all types of stuff. There was a movie about the drug cartel called 8 Kids in a Duffel Bag. It came out several years ago. If you have not seen 8 Kids in a Duffel Bag, I urge everybody to go watch that. Look it up. 8 Kids in a Duffel Bag. That's all I'm saying. And then you know a little bit, and it's the documentary. Then you know a little something. Know a little bit more than what you do today. Watch that movie. 8 Kids in a Duffel Bag.
I've seen that. There was a female carrying them duffel bags.
Why you think it's always about male and female?
I gotta figure out my short.
We're not talking about male or female.
I'm talking about the movie. But my question was, when all of those Lebanese was coming over here in the war, and there was a big problem. Reagan was in office. Let them all in. Nobody said anything. But you might not have been old enough to know about that. The Berlin Wall. When everybody came around that, nobody said a word when it. But y'all might not have been old enough to. I'm saying y'all may not been old enough to know about that stuff. There was a lot of immigration. That's why they never it was never could be fixed, because everybody likes this good, great land of USA. And the same thing, I was a kid when they were saying, put us back on the boats, make them build the boats to ship them back. So I really don't like the thought that people want to feel that they're better than other people. They said we were savages, we were beasts, we were murderers, because we were dummies because we didn't know their languages. I don't think it's right, period, to look down at someone, to feel that you're better than them. Some of these people, you don't know what crime they did. We know what Trump crimes was. He got felonies. We don't know what these people done. You got people that came over here that, as B said, we don't. Some of them got a work visa. Some of them got visas. They're working. They don't care what they did. They just rounding them up and take them out. Ask them one question: where you from? Who's the president? All of this dumb stuff that they ask. I mean, it's crazy, man. That's
what the person did, because they do it in their country and they come over here and do it over here. That's why kids go missing. Kids get trafficked. If you are a child molester over there in Mexico, do you think that we want you over here in America, child molesting the children over here in America?
Hell, you had the master molesting all the kids before then. Our ancestors.
It was in our borders. We don't need no extra.
Man, that border thing didn't become an issue until black and brown people came together and got Obama in as president. Absolutely. And then now the brown, back then When Obama was running for president, they were begging and asking for the brown people to get registered and vote. And that's how he became president.
Rodney.
And then the biggest thing to stop that was now we got to get rid of all the brown people.
No, Rodney,
because
it was
it's a
the brown
big
people
issue.
that voted Trump in. So what you talking about? A lot of
Which-
those, a lot of immigrants and foreign, it was their votes that got them in. They
Okay.
was at the rally. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
don't remember the 80s with Ronald Reagan? I guess the war on drugs over that. Say no
Ronald
to
Reagan
drugs.
dropped the
Y'all
drugs.
good on that.
Ronald Reagan
But I'm
dropped the
saying
drugs.
that's when the
What are
boys
you talking about?
It started with
Ronald Reagan
Reagan.
was the biggest drug
Exactly,
dealer
that's
in
what I'm
the
saying,
world.
motherfuckers. It been here. It ain't started with Obama. All this drugs and shit been coming over the border.
Ronald
It
Reagan
been
didn't have
happening,
nothing to do
and
with
now somebody
Brown.
trying to
Ronald
put
Reagan
That's
brought
that's
that
his actual
himself.
That's the point I'm
This is
making.
the
Y'all
type
be
of
getting in these
bullshit right
debates.
here.
My thing is,
You said to
the
Obama
Brown
got in there,
issue.
nobody really
No,
cared about the border or anything about the
yeah,
border. Yes,
yeah.
they
Ronald
did.
Nobody
It
Reagan
been
talked
cared.
when
about the
bringing
border.
drugs across this motherfucker back and forth. This shit been going on for the
Ronald
longest.
Reagan
And then
brought
It's
Lee
been
said,
going
you know
on
how
before
long
Carter.
this been.
It's
Then
been
Lee
going
one
on
point say,
before
you know how long
Carter.
this been going on. They turn around and say the opposite. I don't get it.
What are
It's
you
been
talking
going on
about?
before
Ronald
Carter.
Reagan brought the drugs. He was the drug dealer, and he brought them from Mexico. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's how long they've been coming across the border. That's how long this shit
He
been going
went
on.
there and got it. He didn't go. He didn't go. They didn't ask them to come and bring
So
it
you
to
think
us.
every time he went to get
took it.
drugs that he just went over there himself and brought the motherfuckers back himself? You don't think they
You
just
can
bring it to the
read that.
border?
It's
Like he the
documented.
president, he got to go over there like he Frank Lucas or something. No, you bring it to the border. Like we just grab it from the border.
The argument you having right now, Molly, is documented. It's not
Exactly.
even
Before
a secret.
Obama got in office, this been going on. That's my point. You said till Obama got in office, none of this was going on.
No,
B.
what I said was, you didn't listen to what I said. What I said
did.
was brown people coming into our country was not an issue until Obama got in office because they asked black and brown people to vote.
He
come together
deported
and
the
vote.
most people. What the fuck is y'all be talking about? He deported more
Nigga,
people than
are you
any
listening?
president in
Are
the
you
ever
listening
that
to what I said?
stay seat. How do that make sense? He deported the most people, so it was a problem before he got there and after he got there. I'm lost.
Trump got the Latino votes. The
Now
Latino,
Trump got the white. Trump got the black votes too.
saying
Huh?
that it wasn't a problem to the Latinos and the black
I don't
people
know. I
got
might
together and
let
vote
me
for
see
Rock
here.
in. That's what Beast is saying. And
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
that it was a problem before then because
Yeah, way
the brown
before.
people, the brown people got a Rock in, the brown people got Trump in. So what? What you saying?
No shit. Hey, I gotta run. I gotta go.
We all gotta go. We about to end the show. It was a long, frustrating show today. Woo.
Shouldn't be frustrated, Reese.
It's nowhere near frustrated. It's probably one of the best shows we have. We probably had
Yeah,
a thousand
I was about
comments.
to say that. This is
I
probably
was
one of the
trying to
best
keep
shows
it
that we
going.
had.
Yeah,
No.
it was
It's
lit.
all
It
good.
was
Hey,
lit.
look, you know what? Even this conversation is worth having. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't have to agree in order to. That's the biggest thing. I'm gonna tell anybody. I don't have to agree with you to understand what you're saying, but I
Yeah.
still don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
can understand it and not agree.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I'm not upset. I enjoyed it.
He said, "This is how you get shit done."
That's how you get you done.
It
Absolutely.
is.
Honestly, there ain't no better way.
Yeah. I just like when we talking about stuff, for some reason, the history always get brought up. We
Yeah,
always
but it
justify
takes.
what's going like now. Like even when you start talking, you get excited, you cut each other off. I might do it too. But history get brought up when we talking about what's going on today. We start justifying what happened back then, what makes it okay today, when we know times change. There's a lot of things they did. Like Lee, you said women couldn't vote, they couldn't do a lot of things, but today they can. So we can't always go back and say, well, back then they did this, so they shouldn't do it now. With time goes on, I think times change, laws change. That's why every 4 years, laws gonna constantly keep getting implemented. It wasn't electric cars out here, so they gotta put out laws for electric cars. It wasn't motorcycles, so
There was
when you take the
electric cars
driving
out here.
test, they gonna add motorcycles on it. Come on, all right. Good show, y'all.
Because he did that to try to, smooth it out, and it's about to
I'm
turn.
good. I ain't arguing about every damn thing. Some things I will argue about, but it's all good, man. Hey, look,
Yeah, it's all love, y'all. We love each other on here. We support each other on everything we do. Y'all got any upcoming
Don't worry,
events?
I got one in 10
We
years.
got
when
a
them
lot of
niggas-
comments.
in 10 years,
Yeah,
when
so
the next
the comments is
president
jumping.
say all short niggas with dreads need to go back to Africa, I'm gonna see how Molly feel then. Because it'll be coming next.
Hey, I'm fighting, nigga. I'm from America. That's what I'm saying. I'm from here. I'm native, man.
Nigga,
I'm
you
indigenous
ain't
to this
from
land,
here.
man.
You
I'm
ain't
from here. I was
here,
already
nigga.
here. My ancestor was already here when they pulled over here, man.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit. Your ass
bullshit.
ain't from here.
Go
Nigga,
check out my.
stop
Hey, look at
representing
my
blocks you
father.
don't own, man. Stop
Hey, y'all,
representing blocks you don't own.
add my father on y'all Facebook page, William Spencer. Dad, if you watch it, make a comment. Add him. You can go check my grandparents out. All them
Don't
Cherokee,
have to
they
worry
here
about
go all the
me.
way
I'm
down
getting
to
the
their
fuck
end.
out of here.
Hey, I'm just saying, I was already from there. I think a lot of us was already from here, but hey,
If I knew,
Africa look good. If I can
if
leave,
I knew where my family came from, I'd be there right now. 100%.
I think we all eventually from Africa. They say all life started in Africa, so whites, blacks, all that's from there. So
My
hey,
immediate, meaning the last 100, 200
I
years.
wouldn't mind going there. Shit.
Look,
I can't
let's
wait.
go back 9 generations. They all from here. So
I don't give a fuck if I go back to Africa and they don't like me. They don't like me here. So what the fuck? What's the difference?
where would you go back
You know what I'm saying?
to? But see, we are so removed. We don't even know what country where we go.
Akon built some shit over there.
Are you where you going to Cameroon?
I'm going to
I'm
Akon.
going to Wakanda. Wakanda for life. Where they got the vibranium.
I'm already
Akon got some land over there.
my trip for next
Yes,
year
he
to
do.
go to
They said Marty got his papers though. Yeah, I got my papers.
Right.
Hey, Beast got his papers. Hey, who else got passports?
Ghana, Ghanaians, they looking for citizens. They said you sign up and you get,
Shit, China playing black men to impregnate they women.
Yeah. Damn sure is.
weird.
though.
Got
black
you
guys.
And the only reason why they do and the only reason why they doing that because the presidents of Africa won't allow no white people to buy African land.
Oh yeah, we gone out there.
Yeah.
Tell them, Lee.
All right, I got a show this Friday at the Galactic Panther. I got a few special guests. I mean, new year, new funny. Let's get it going. Let's start this out right. We had a great show in Tennessee. We want to keep pushing it and making it better. I got to go back to Tennessee February 21st. We getting ready to plunge. We ready to turn Tennessee upside down for the DMV.
That part. If y'all didn't watch the show last night, make sure you check out Dad Mentality on Dad_Mentality on platforms. Watch the show. We talked about men's mental health, raising kids, and dealing with their mental health and what it takes to be a good father. It was a great episode. We're probably going to do a part 2. Sergeant Garrett on there, who was a drug and mental health specialist, through a lot of gems, a lot of big damn words I didn't understand, but that's why you ask questions. When you don't understand, you ask questions. Just don't ask Molly Trump ass.
Ask me. I'm gonna tell you. Don't ask me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You might not like it.
Okay. Hey, please, make sure you send that invite to me. That way I can see it. Cause I saw something from Althea yesterday, but I didn't see.
Yeah, I was in there. It was a good show. It was a real good
I
show.
sent it to you personally.
I'm aware you did, but I said Beats.
Beast
Hello. Beast invited your ass yesterday.
I said Beast. I still said Beast.
Beast don't know. You don't want me to have your number. You might start getting dick pics and stuff.
I don't have a magnifying glass, bro.
Don't worry about it. You'll take up your
No, I'm saying just send it.
You do want people to check out. your streams on the Dad Mentality podcast versus your page, right?
Yeah, no, you can do both now. I figured it out. Molly helped me out.
Oh, wow. All right. So now it don't matter which one we now it don't matter which one we comment to.
Yeah, now it don't matter. Yeah, I got it fixed. Yeah, he not good for politics, but he good for showing me that. Like it all, man. Like it all, share it, do it all. I want it all. Follow,
Watch that after I
share,
get off here.
like. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And Lee, I promise I won't make no dick. It's gonna be a better place.
Mug and Puggin,
It's hard.
look out. DJ Woo,
Now,
LA Josh.
I was trying to say LA Josh Preston has a show on the 15th at Roanoke, Virginia. Do we got the flyer for that? So we can pull that up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
15th. That's in a
What-
couple of weeks, y'all.
Did somebody send me Josh Fly?
Yes, we did.
Then I must pull it up before. Let me see.
Yes, we did.
He had his border up.
Nope.
Stopped it from coming in.
Yeah, I probably had my board
Border,
up.
honey, but that's okay. I got your document.
It's called
on the other
firewall.
side.
You
I'ma
put your
it back up in
firewall.
there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it up in there, Josh.
When
Don't
you
you
hit a
worry.
bird that said you knocked their walls back, you know.
Yeah, I've been married.
That's
for
what she said.
4
That's what
years.
she said.
Cold right. You want no
That's
walls in
exact-
your house? You be cold right now.
I've been
Oh,
married
you
for
talking about
23 years. I ain't hit walls
Yeah.
since my first child.
See how they be cutting up?
I ain't hit no
I
walls
don't
since
see
my
no
first
flag.
child. I'm trying to open it up. You know
That
what
was
I'm
funny
saying?
when he
I don't
said
want
put the
no
walls
borders.
up.
I ain't cutting.
Yeah, no
And-
walls. You ain't see you see the head on my son? There ain't been no walls in 23 years. You know what I'm saying? Zero. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking hot dog in the hallway now.
Not on the live.
Hey, dog, I don't give a shit. I'm in a good mood, man. Molly got me all hyped.
I got you. He said I gotta bring that CMOS after. Shit, I ain't gonna make no money out there. Everybody got CMOS.
Yeah, they yeah.